Hello, everyone, and welcome to this evening's episode of The Land of Doc Dreams, presented by Tabletop Role Playing Theatre. I am Bethany, the Dungeon Master for this game. And these around you, you'll see, are my players. We will have you all introduce themselves once again in just a little bit. I believe some of them are famous enough through their actions on this game or on other games that you will find on our channel. Like Clake, for instance. Who are you playing, and what else do you run on this channel?
I'm Lake. I play Reynard Montelier, and I'm also the DM of the Saturday game, Curse of Strahd, where last week I beat the living hell out of my players and watched them get thrown out of a town. It was fun.
Beat like a red-headed stepchild at a family reunion. All right. Roman.
I play Roman Gallo, the rogue and just human, very normal. I'm not in anything else yet, but I might pop up. Who knows? But yeah, just for now, just Roman.
Roman. Just Roman. All right. Tempest.
Hello, I'm playing Tempest, the Air Genasi fighter. I don't play anything else on this channel, but maybe sometime in the future. And that's all I have. I have nothing, I'm boring.
There are many words I would use to describe you. Boring is not among them.
Thank you, I think.
I have other ones, and I'm sure you know what they are.
Annoying?
It's an A word, that's for sure.
Dog, no.
All right. Carrot Top. That's you, Kevin.
Your mic is not on.
Your mic is not on.
Your
Damn
mic is
it.
not on.
Some real comedy gold lost to the FBI agent sitting outside my house in a van. I'm Ian. I play Kevin, and I am a carrot.
Yes, you are.
With a
No,
gosh
we don't know
hat.
why either.
You should show him the ring.
Yeah. What are carrots? Are carrots an excellent source of calcium? Is that what it says back there?
It is what it says. As a carrot, I can verify carrots are an excellent source of calcium.
First person point of view right here. Absolutely
Oh, yeah.
trustable, reliable narrator.
No one is more trustworthy.
You have a hat on your head.
Yes,
Straw hat. Yeehaw.
I'm a farmer. I farm carrots.
You're a carrot farmer.
Back in my day, I farmed
So if you eat them, is that cannibalism?
Probably.
It's carrotism.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
You don't have to be so
Cerulean.
judgmental about it.
Hello, I'm Sean. I play Cerulean Autumn Hall, a celestial warlock. I heal the party real good, and I'm a scuffed bloodborne hunter, trying my best. I'm really hot in this thing. Like it's starting to hit now.
Told you.
Just turn on your air conditioning.
Yeah,
My air
seriously.
conditioning is on. It's not helping. You are unaware of how many layers are under this thing.
Wow, no, I have no clue.
I don't know what you're talking about. Do your thing. But yeah, I healed the party, and I've got an adorable weasel named Roderick. Please know now, because everyone really wanted a owl scout.
Look, owls are just generally more useful than weasels. Not as cute, but more useful.
Owls are arguably cuter than weasels as well.
Look, as long as I don't turn him into like an octopus, then we're good.
Oh, that'd be great. Octopi are so cute.
Why would you not turn him into an octopus?
Yeah, can you do that like right now? I could build you like a fishbowl to put him in.
I gotta go.
And last but certainly not least, 23.
That's me. It was, my stuff went off on Twitch. Sorry, I'm fixing it. Anyways, I'm 23. My name's not actually 23. My name is actually Connor in real life. I do not have a numerical name.
It'd be great
I
if you
play
did.
20. That'd be terrible. I'd be made fun of so much in high school.
Your parents were really into Dragon Ball, apparently.
Yeah. Anyways, I play 23, the hulking warforged barbarian who hits stuff sometimes real good and then zaps them not so as good. But yeah, that's what I do.
You zap him for like 2 or 1 damage.
I'll zap them for 2 damage.
You've killed people with that before.
Yeah, but like the amount of times I've gotten 1s versus the amount of times I've gotten 6s is just like astronomical. Anyways,
Dying
that's
is
me.
best.
Back to you,
That's-
Beth. Wherever you are.
Back to me, indeed. I am playing some sort of pseudo Ruby costume? Question mark. I don't know. I'm having fun with it. I'm allowed. But I think that's it.
Is it?
Yeah, I think
Is
it
it
is. Well, it for before we get into tonight's episode of The Land of Dark Dreams. All right. Welcome back. So, where last we left off, a great many things occurred in the last battle. Our intrepid heroes, Misfortune, engaged the Red Hand forces at Vrath Keep, a derelict fortress hidden somewhere within the Witchwood. A little bit of plotting, a little bit of planning, and a whole lot of shit show. And though they did manage to assassinate the Wyrmlord Koth before he could get any serious spellcasting off or even escape, the rest of the battle was difficult for the party, to say the least, with a Manticore chasing down Tempest and a Minotaur chasing down 23. A little bit of luck, some combination of teamwork with everybody in this group with the exception of one of us.
Not naming names.
Kevin.
Some combination of outstanding teamwork from majority of the party did manage to bring down the remainder of the Red Hand horde within Vrath Keep. Going through the intelligence they collected, you discovered that this particular group was merely a vanguard, a forward operating post for what is, assumably, a much larger force that is assembling somewhere north of the pass called Skull Gorge at a location called Cinder Hill. You have something resembling a timeline, though you are not exactly sure what day you are currently on. You are relatively sure that you are early-ish into the campaign itself. You plotted on what to do next, had a conversation with Jor, and discovered some magical items hidden within the vault of Wrathkeep, including a few new spells for Mr. Montilier and an outstanding new Frostbrand for 23. As you debated what to do next, Jor intoned that you might want to seek assistance from one of the last remaining giants in the forest, named Workelnaw. And I believe after you all concluded a short rest, that is where you were heading next. So, Misfortune, what would you like to do?
Evidently, my notes are missing something because I definitely don't remember the giant thing.
I also don't remember the giant thing.
Yeah, I
Jor
also-
mentioned
Nor do
it.
I.
Jor mentioned it a couple episodes ago.
Okay.
I remember
Sounds
the
good.
giant thing.
Warklenaw.
We'll have to go back and prove that one.
Sure. Could you happen to explain exactly where the direction of this Warklenaw would be?
As he kind of scratches his beard for a moment, running a big, thick, calloused fingers through it. Oh, it's somewhere to the north, I reckon. You can find it. He's got this big old whatchamacallit, like a landmark, or it's kind of like a big barrel with a bunch of twigs, and you can't miss it. But that's let you know you're close to him.
All right. I suppose we're heading north anyways.
That was
Uh,
the
Is he
most
far off the
useless
path?
direction.
A little bit. It'll
Mhm.
take a good chunk of a day to get to him.
Does this giant speak common?
Common enough, I guess.
Will we still be able to make the bridge in good time if we deviate to find him?
Oh, it's going to be nightfall one way or the other.
I mean,
What is the timetable we have? We have until the 5th day before they arrive at town. That means they must be crossing the bridge.
In the
Oh,
next
God.
2-3 days?
Something to that effect, so... Having a giant... Do we reasonably believe that we could convince the giants to help us? That
Do
is
we
the question.
reasonably believe that we have any other way of blowing up the bridge?
Yes.
Vitaly, we can't hear you.
well, my point was that I don't know if we have. I don't think we found any explosives, but I mean, having a giant on our side would probably help bust things up.
But what is the incentive for the giant?
I'm assuming
Clearly,
that-
they were opposed to whoever used to own that fort.
I mean, not having his land raided by hobgoblins and dragons, I'm sure, is a win in his book.
Yes, and there's no guarantee that if that were to happen, he would survive. His livelihood would pretty much be at risk.
I
The
mean,
enemy
that's
of
a
my
hard
enemy-
sell, but what type of giant is it, Jor? Do we know anything about it? Anything that we might be able to offer it in top of that?
Well, he's really old. He's, I guess he used to be tan, but he's gotten so old his skin's kind of turned green and red. Very blotchy looking fella. I read this giant's pretty damn old. Better part of 300 years, lest I reckon. He survived a calamity. He survived all the raids up from the monsters. He's been around the block a couple times.
Could I nature check that just to piece it together?
Sure.
Could I also nature check it?
Sure. A 300-year-old giant would be the equivalent of a centennial in humans' terms. Ancient.
I mean, with all the information, could I piece together what type of giant it is?
Sounds like a hill giant.
That's what I thought. I didn't want to mess with it, though. Well, by the judging of it, I imagine it's a fat old fellow, too, so... from what I know of hill giants, they really like their food. They're gluttons. They'll eat anything they can, and they don't really care what it is, so... If we have any food to offer them, that might be a bonus?
I wonder how he'd feel about roast dragon.
If this giant is as old as George is saying he is, would he not aid us very little? I know little of organics in the aging process, but it seems as though the elderly become very infirm and stiff and weak.
Well, not all creatures are like that. Remember how the baby dragon wasn't nearly as terrifying as, say, a really old dragon? I don't know
Do
if the
not
same...
believe giants and dragons are the same.
Well, no, and I have no clue if that's the same thing for giant as a dragon. I'm just saying that's not necessarily correct. Age sometimes means more power.
Well, regardless, they're a giant, and if they've managed to live this long and survive the fucking calamity, then they must be pretty damn tenacious.
At the very least, he could, if he can't help us in the fight, I mean, he can at least help us with trying to throw a big rock at the bridge or something like that. I'm sure he can still manage that.
How long would it take us to reach the bridge after reaching wherever this Grunkelnaw, you said?
Workelnaw, if you were going to leave Workelnaw's and then make your way to Skull Gorge, pretty late in the evening.
How much time off the day would we lose?
It'll be dark before you get to Workelnaw. It'll be dark when you get to Workelnaw's, and it'll be well past dark, probably getting closer to morning by the time you get to Skull Gorge.
I do not know if deviating all the way to find one elderly giant is enough to lose the slim advantage we may have.
I mean, we are heading north regardless.
I'm still of the opinion.
It sounds as though we will lose at least 6 hours hunting down this Workelnaw.
Well, Kevin, what was your plan for destroying the bridge anyway? Because I still don't see a path forward on that.
Magic, mostly.
What type of magic? I haven't seen you pack anything with that much firepower.
Well,
We're not...
the gorge is about 35, 40 miles away from here. So it's a day, at the least. Now I'm thinking about it.
So what you're telling me is we would not get there before easily the next.
Well, if we hoofed it right now, it'll be dark when you get there.
Like dark as in like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning dark.
That's right.
Ugh. It's not great. Do we think that we can... Is that feasible?
It would be a
You're
push.
not me as a guide. It's up to y'all. I'm sorry, Lake, go ahead.
I think in this instance, if we're planning on camping out one way or the other, time seems to be of the essence, yes, but taking for granted what we have now and being how far ahead it is, either we have 2 options here. We can try to destroy the bridge, or we can try to retreat back to town and make sure they're as prepared for this as they're going to get. I think destroying the bridge is going to be the better option of the 2. And if this giant could even provide us the slightest bit of aid in doing that, then that seems to be the go-to choice.
I think I agree, which is odd for me, with Renard. But in any case,
When have you not agreed with me?
You know, it feels like I never do, but it feels like we actually always do. It's a little weird. Don't question that saying. It made perfect sense. But in any case, I think we need a guaranteed way to take out this bridge if we're going to try.
I mean, I've got magic, but I don't think my magic's going to take down a bridge.
And no offense, Kevin, but if Renard's magic won't take down the bridge, he's got some potent stuff. Do you have anything more potent than that?
I was thinking I could heat the metal supports for the bridge so Renard could cast Shatter on them.
Thought that was a stone bridge, not a metal bridge.
There's likely metal rivets used in the bridge.
And if we get there and there are no metal rivets in the bridge?
Shatter.
This does not seem like a guaranteed plan of success.
Very few plans are guaranteed of success.
Tempest just like rolls his eyes and is just gonna go patrol real fast. Just like, okay, well, someone figure it out. I'm voting for the giant.
Well, we've got to go north either way. Why don't we just start heading north and go from there?
I also could enlarge 23 and allow him to smash the bridge with his magic sword.
I'm a fan of that plan.
That would be a suitable plan, but I feel like if we were to do the same thing, would an enlarged giant not also be even more capable of just punching the bridge into oblivion?
I am mostly just worried about his advanced age. I do believe an enlarged 23 would be more effective than an elderly giant.
Renard, do you
If we want to go investigate the giant, I won't stand opposed to the group. I just do not believe that a giant of his age can offer us any significant aid that is worth the time we lose in travel.
Renard, do you know how intelligent hill giants are?
From what I know, they're not very smart. They think with their stomachs.
trying to kind of process this. So, if there is indeed more than likely going to be a hobgoblin force going across the bridge, they would need food to sustain their army, right?
Presumably.
Then, if we need a bargain with the giant, that's the bargaining chip.
Yes. I do know that giants and dragons they hate each other. Giants and dragons have been enemies since, well, forever.
Well, that's another bargaining chip then. A dragon on his land would definitely be something that he would not want, hopefully. And then afterwards, if the hobgoblins retreat, then more than likely will retreat with their lives rather than any sort of supplies that they can. They can't really turn a wagon around really quick.
Or he could eat the dragon.
It's true. I am inclined to this giant idea. The more support that we get for this, the better our chances will be.
Sounds like Ruby cut out. Don't worry, keep going.
The way I see it now is if it's going to take us at least a day to get there anyways, then the difference between a day and 2 hours and a day and 8 hours seems to be just a chance to make this go that much easier for us. I think it's worth investigating.
As I said, I will not oppose the group if we decide to go investigate this Orkelnaw.
But I think Orkelnaw will be our best bet, personally.
Well, it seems we've come to, at the very least, a working plan. Joel, I guess we'll be going to meet your giant Orkelnaw.
All right, then. And he'll kind of roll his shoulders and go, well, we should get there by dark. Just stay close to me and see if we can dumb down and avoid the rest of these hobgoblins that might be out there. And he will shoulder up his crossbow and he will make his way out of Wrathkeep.
He has a crossbow.
He does.
I'm talking to the group.
Does he have a happy bow?
He hasn't used it once.
We didn't pay him to fight, remember? We told him to hide.
I know, but that's just like really disappointing. Anyways, let's go.
Can't let your guide get hurt.
The path into the northern Witchwood winds and winds through endless shrubs, dense thickets, and tall, looming, narrow pines, growing slowly but surely more sparse as you travel northward. However, it also grows a little more ominous as the Dawnway winds deeper into the woods. You eventually come to a wide track that leads away from the road heading west, where a massive effigy of some kind stands there, a 15-foot-tall humanoid shape made from sagging, moss-covered frame. I think it looks like almost like a crude, giant-sized skeleton where you could see a few starlings are in the massive barrel that serves the effigy as a head, just kind of chirping and nesting away.
I think this might be the place.
And Joel will point at it. Well, that's, I think this is part of the marker for his territory, and if I can think about it and do my, where I think and he kind of looks around, looks at the sun, that way. He'll point generally off to the west.
All right, lead the way, Joel.
Okay.
Who are we letting doing the talking, by the way?
It better not be me. I'd probably insult it.
I could do my best to talk to him, but beforehand, okay.
I was going to say, does anyone speak giant?
I don't, unfortunately.
I can cast comprehend languages.
That's not speaking it, is it? I don't know.
Is that how you speak?
I'm an idiot, I don't know.
It allows me to understand him.
But can you talk back to him?
Sadly, no. But there may be a common language.
I was more figuring that, people are more receptive to people that speak their language, respect their culture, all that stuff. It's a good way to get things going. So, but that might be out the window.
Well, if he speaks primordial, then wonderful. Otherwise, I'm useless.
As you all are having this conversation, the night settles, and Jor seems to pause for a moment, and as if he's looking at certain trees, and as he's checking the phone before he nods and continues on walking. Eventually, the old track comes to an abrupt end in the shadow of a fairly large hill that looms up from the surrounding woodlands. At the hill's base sits the collapsed ruin of what once was a massive and probably quite impressive wooden fortress. Entire trees were used to form the walls of this building, but now the whole thing is little more than a heap of moss-covered, rotting logs. A thin curl of smoke rises up from a great fire pit in the middle of the old walls, where an enormous boar sizzles on the spit the size of a lance. A giant sits by the fire, kind of muttering quietly to himself. He's extraordinarily tall and lean, with stooped shoulders, earth yellow skin marked by angry red blotches, and a wild mane and beard of tangled green hair. He easily tops 10 feet, even sitting down. And as he sits there, you can all hear him say, in common, "Not as good as old Owlbear, but good enough for an old bag of bones like me." As he kind of pokes at it for a moment, as he takes a big handful of herbs out of some nearby basket and just kind of dumps them all over them. "All gone, all dead, all but me. Poor old Uncle Noel. Oh."
Oh, good, he speaks common.
And as you say that, he turns his gaze towards you, where a very prominent tattoo of his wrinkled forehead that looks like a frowning tusked mouth. He then wearily stands up and fingers his club, muttering, "You little worms won't get me. You dead for my kith and kin, but you won't get me." But he looks like he's trying to stand up, but just can't quite manage it. As he starts to get up, he just thumps back down.
Gonna whisper to the group, like, "Yes, he seems to be very useful."
Damn it,
Rowan
Kevin.
will wave, kind of put his hands up in kind of a, "Oh, we're not coming to hurt you. We actually wanted to see if we could help each other out."
You mean you gonna help me?
You know hobgoblins, right?
Little red batch has been running through my forest all week. I
Right.
squished a couple of them, but I can't find them.
Well, a whole bunch, and I'll kind of point in the northern direction, are coming from that big bridge over there, and wanted to see if you could help us out with making sure that they don't intrude on your land or hurt any other people.
He's gonna pause and look at you all for a very long moment. Is anybody carrying the giant gauntlet?
I think we left it.
I asked about it.
You wanted to make it a kilt or something.
I wanted to. I'm pretty sure I grabbed it.
But I don't think it's probably just in the bag of holding right
I
now.
don't know if it wouldn't fit. We talked
Oh, did it
about
not
that.
fit?
I thought we left
Yeah.
it at the keep because we couldn't do anything.
Yeah, we
with it.
couldn't do anything with it.
As he looks at all of you for a very long moment, make a persuasion check, Ronan.
I wonder if that was a good
Disadvantage.
thing. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad we let Roman talk.
Why have we been having to do our talking the entire time?
Someone always kind of jumps in front now. You know, they got this.
He sits there for a very long moment, as if he's musing something. You little bastards aren't quite so rude, I think. Come and eat. And he'll point to the boar. And he just takes a cleaver that looks about the size of your greatsword 23 and just shink, 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 shink. Big fat blob of it just kind of splats on the ground. He holds up a big chunk that could fit both of his hands and just hands it towards all of you.
I will attempt to eat.
Well, you'd more like smear it on your face, but
It's our form of breaking bread.
It is quite delicious. You should try it.
and he takes a piece of it, just kind of
Tempest will
Take
grab
a
him.
chunk.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I
Don't be rude now.
Yep, Tempest will grab some too, just a little bit.
Carving off a whole little. It's probably, I know, a 40-pound flank easy. It's from a dire boar, so it's huge.
I take off a drumstick size portion.
Okay. He is chewing for a long moment before he raises his head up towards all of you. Well, not as good as Owlbear. I miss Owlbear. There's no more owlbears in the woods. You know that. The Humies all hunted them out.
Those Humies are sons of bitches.
Yes. Roman, how dare you?
What?
Seriously. So rude. No respect for nature.
Hey, we saw there's owlbears over in the Alanera at least. Maybe, we can bring them back over this way if things go well.
I'm the only one left aside from me daughters, and they up in the mountains somewhere. No
Family
use.
man.
Well, not anymore. You all say you're going to the north to go fight them hobgobbos?
Yep, to that big
Yes.
old bridge.
We hope to bring the bridge down.
Why would you want to break the bridge? It'll take 4 days to go round otherwise.
4
Precisely.
days? Good to know.
Well, we hope that they have to take those 4 extra days to get through, because like I said, a whole bunch of them hobgoblins, the red ones that you've been squashing, are coming this way.
Well, the bridge is older than me, I think. And it's got some cracks in it, but it's a pretty sturdy thing. I used to be able to walk across it not so long ago.
Can you not anymore?
As he looks at you. Well, I can't stand up much these days. I get around if I really need to, but for the most part, this getting old thing.
Do you know... You said the bridge has cracks in it. Do you think there's a good way to take it out ourselves? Obviously, we're not as imposing as you, but... Anything? Potentially?
If you hit anything hard enough, it eventually would break.
But are there, like, weak spots? Like, is it made with stone, iron?
Oh, it's an old stone bridge. The old dwarves used to make it before everything, I think. Before the Humies showed up. Before the elves showed up, even. As he comes to ponder. Wonder if they was there before the dragons.
Dragons, you say?
Well, there used to be dragons that hung around here all the time. And all I see now is that green one from time to time, and I don't really like fighting dragons anymore. I'm a little bit too long in the tooth to be doing that.
How big is this dragon?
Kind of holds up his hand to about the size of a horse. About like that.
Not too big.
I think we estimated it was probably a young dragon, maybe a baby even.
Seems very manageable.
You can't walk too
Yes.
good anymore, but how's your arm? Still able to throw rocks with the best of them?
As he holds up a club. Not really. I could try, but unfortunately, the best bet I bet is if I could find my way up in the morning, I might be able to go get my daughters and they can squash some hobgobbies for you, but that'll take a few days.
I mean... Go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, there would be plenty of food for them all if they decided to. An army would carry a lot of food, after all.
Oh, I bet. Hobgobbies always carry lots of good boar.
Sounds delicious. Not as good as owlbear, though.
That's not.
I wonder if they carry... Do you think they might carry owlbear these days?
If they do, it ain't from around the Witchwood. They're all gone.
That sucks.
Well,
Humies come, humies go, but the strings they destroy stay gone forever.
Well, as I said,
Perfect.
we did come here to see if you could help us out. So, if you're not able to fight anymore, we really could appreciate you getting your daughters to come help us. And like I said, any food left behind by the hobgoblins is yours.
I could go get them, but it's gonna be a while, and I think you in something of a hurry, little one.
Unfortunately.
Well, just maybe let your daughters know that if they see any hobgoblins, lots of food for the taking.
They would appreciate that. It's been a while since we've had a good rout.
Probably be nice and fun.
You mentioned this way to get around the bridge. How would one do that?
Well, you could go up around the mountains. That's probably what the gobbies will do if you destroy the bridge.
If you would be so kind, and your daughters, would they be willing to go and cover those ways through the mountains?
Go for a while. Yeah. If there's a lot of them there, we would eventually have to leave.
Of course, we don't expect you to fight and die. That's just nonsense. But smash a couple of them and thin their numbers. In some bad hobgoblins that are going to do some nasty things to people.
I think we can do that. We try not to go too high up in the mountains. There's a few dragons up there. There's a big red one out there somewhere.
You know these dragons' names?
Well, I don't know the red one, but the blue one calls himself Tiagaroon.
Don't look at Tempest, you don't know anything about dragons.
I'm actually going to make a history check for him.
Tempest, how many bullets did you give me?
I gave you my entire pack, 20.
And as he starts thinking for a minute, oh, wait, the red one's name was Avatheriax. He's a big one, too. And he holds up his hands. Not insubstantial from one end to the other. Definitely an adult.
History check for what?
Workelnaw made one.
Oh, okay.
As if you could remember Rapatheriax.
Good history check, though.
Hey,
What?
for a -3, he rolled a 17, so I got a natural 20 on it.
Would either me or Kevin, either of these dragons be old enough for us to know anything about them?
I need Kevin, 23, and Renard to make history checks.
I mean, I already made mine. Did I just...
Oh, I didn't see your... Oh, 24.
10.
I'm sorry, I didn't see yours.
What?
Kevin at 23, no. Renard, Abatheriax is an old dragon, or at least an adult, probably getting to the older side of adult. He's been harassing the lands near Edania for centuries, almost millennia.
We should avoid fighting him.
That might be a bit of a pay grade right now, yes.
So I do have an idea. I have about 40 bullets. I could crack them all open and attempt to devise some sort of shaped charge for the bridge tomorrow.
Talking way over my head, but
Not way over mine.
And the giant just kind of gives you a really long, blank stare.
So does Tempest.
So, my thoughts are this. We obviously should be making out for the bridge, see what we can get there. Should we ask him to have his daughters go to the bridge, even if they get there a little bit late, in case we get lucky with the timeline? Or should we have them stay up in the mountains in case we blow up the bridge?
I think in this scenario, we do what we can to destroy the bridge, and with his generosity and having his daughters aid us, I think we should ask them to be in the mountains. We should plan as if we're going to succeed, not if we're going to fail.
Yes, having his daughters trickle in after the fact just seems like it would be Well, suicide.
And we don't want that.
A surprise ambush by giants in the mountains would be far more effective than his daughters coming out of the forest to find the entire army crossing the bridge.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
We'll
Plus
just have to
that's-
trust that we are capable of this.
Plus, the mountains are the natural element. That's where they are. No point in them, like you said, no point in them coming down here.
They live out there too. Most of them hobgoblins are actually from them old mountains up there.
So wait, if they were in those mountains, would they know better than your daughters?
Maybe. The wyvern's gaze are quite big though. Used to be lots of things that came up from out there.
Regardless, if his daughters harass the hobgoblins after we destroy the bridge, it may slow them down an extra day or two, which would be more than enough.
Yeah.
Beth, could I make a tinker check to try and fashion the gunpowder that I have into a shaped charge? I've got like 40 bullets, and half of them are musket bullets, so it's not a small amount of powder. But
God, I'd almost say it's an alchemy check more than a tinker's tools check. Yeah, go ahead.
I have either, so I can do either.
Use your highest.
Would they both be intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
Then they'd be exactly the same.
Pick one then.
So
we'll say it's a combination of both.
The tinker missed.
Wow.
About time I roll well on something I'm good at.
Yeah, really. Okay. Are you going to spend the rest of the evening and ignore your long rest?
I'll spend as long as I need to take to.
Going to take you several hours to do this.
Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll try and get a long rest in if I can't. And
okay, if you long rest to finish these, it will probably be about 10 o'clock in the morning before you finish.
I will just go to 23. Like 23, I am going to try and make a device to help us at the bridge tomorrow. If I am not out of Sentry's Rest before you all begin to walk, can you just tie me to your back?
I shall carry you, I suppose.
I don't think it works like that. I mean, if it works while you're in a wagon, then I don't see why it wouldn't work if you're not in a wagon.
Yeah, I'm just a piece of furniture until my Sentry's Rest is done.
I'm gonna link Sentry's Rest here. Let's see what we got.
It'll be useless in a fight, but you're a nice backpack.
Yeah,
I
like
guess.
if we get jumped while I'm just like tied to 23's back, then I'm like 3PO tied to Chewbacca's back. But...
Yeah, that's the only advice or the only information it gives on Sentry's Rest.
I'll say you could. I mean, it's no different than if you were riding on a horse or a wagon and fell asleep. Though you'd have to devise a way to carry him.
Yeah, I figured I've got some rope. I've got some rope in the bag. Just lash me on there.
My non-human hands.
Okay. And with it, I will say you have the ability to create about one shaped charge.
That's kind of what I figured.
And
I was going to get one out of it.
It has the ability to do 8d6 fire damage.
Ooh, then I have to find a good spot to plant that.
Portable fireball.
Portable directional fireball.
In a cone, 15-foot cone.
Oh my!
All right, let's go. Let's go be guerrilla soldiers.
All right, well, you take a long rest first.
Yeah.
Oh, that wild bull just put me right to sleep.
I want to talk to the Warkle now, man.
Okay.
Demeanor and whatever it is in Turkey.
So, I know you're quite sad about the owlbears not being here anymore.
I know.
I'm terribly sorry. Could I possibly offer you what some organics call a hug?
What's a hug?
I reach out my arms.
You should give him a high five.
Fist bump.
And get closer to him.
He just seems to be staring at you very intently as if his Did you say you caught a fish that big?
And I go and wrap my arms around him.
It's not really your arm around him as much as you're embracing his
Like-
thigh.
Yeah.
It's a big, thick, meaty mess, but it's a thigh nonetheless. And
It's
he
like a
just
kid holding a building, hugging a building.
What is this what a hug is?
This is a hug. So I am told.
Well, can you stop it, please?
As you wish.
And he'll just like kind of push you aside and scratch for you like you made an itch or something.
You're probably cold and metallic.
You're
And a
cold,
little spiky.
robot body.
Well, that was nice.
I hope Tempest is just watching, just like amusingly. Just if there was popcorn, he'd be like,
Roman just giving him a thumbs up.
Okay. Are we taking a long rest?
And did they say what time? Did we say what time we were going to be arriving the next day?
Depends on when you leave.
it's gonna be like probably early afternoon if I got all those distances kind of figured out right.
Okay, so we should still have
as early as
daylight.
possible, and we should head out as early as possible.
We're gonna be carrying Kevin.
As you all settle in for a long rest, the fire slowly dies away, and you all may take one.
Yeah.
Workelnaw will stand watch for you.
Aw.
I like Oracle, no.
That was a good roll from Roman.
It was.
I finally did good at something I'm good at.
Oh, you guys could put me on like a sledge or something, you know?
It's amazing.
We don't have one.
You just need a piece of wood and some rope.
It's gonna be a good day. Our intelligence-based character did intelligence-based things. A charisma-based character did charisma things. What is this?
I
Our
know.
strength-based character gave a hug.
Yeah.
Me-
Now all of the good rolls are out of the way, so we can roll lots of natural ones against the dragon.
Me and Roman are the talkers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I just need to be able to roll good on sneaking.
So really hoping that we get there with daylight, because I'm rolling the bones and I'm not taking dark vision.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna get there by daylight.
He said, hopefully.
I can't say anything about, like, I don't know, torrential rain.
I'm rolling them bones.
Yeah, there's a few gambles taken here.
The dawn will rise the next day, and all of you are awake, except Kevin, who has another 4 hours worth of rest.
Yeah, hopefully no fights.
I'll just poke him because I don't know. Usually he's awake by now. I'm like, is he broken?
Tempest tried to strap him to my back with all this rope that I have.
Do you see my arms?
Well, I'm imagine you can tie a knot. And I sit on the ground and like drag Kevin,
Okay, I can
Like-
do that much.
Wrap his legs around me and his arms are basically turning him into a backpack.
Yeah, like Yoda.
Yeah, I get the impression. Make a survival check.
Crud. I've proven so
I-
good with those.
I will assist you by trying to
Hold
help you with the
still?
knots and- yeah.
17.
Thank God.
You start walking, the ropes come undone, I just immediately fall on the ground.
You know, I mean, you start to do it very poorly, and Tim just goes, let me do that.
That's not how you tie a knot, Kevin. 23.
And he
Roman.
will, almost in a very intimate type of bond, will keep him bound to you.
King of the world. Paint me like
He's
one of your French-
he's completely conscious right now, by the way. He can hear everything we're saying.
Paint me like one of your French robots.
I scratch his head a little bit.
Okay.
I'll do a quick weather check to make sure everything's gonna be good for today.
All right. As you make your way northward, a few hours pass by. The ground has been rising for the last few miles, and as the third hour of your walk finally ends, you can see that the forest itself peters out. Changing some music, one moment. Alrighty, let's get this in here.
Probably
Renard.
smart.
Renard, is that you casting mage armor?
Yes, that is me casting mage armor myself.
Ahead is a
Casting rage
stretch
armor.
of barren ground, about 60 feet wide, ending in a gorge. Roughly 100 feet wide at its narrowest point, the gorge drops away precipitously to a fast-rushing stream far below. The ancient Dawn Way crosses the cleft on a bridge of stone, anchored at both ends to large stone towers with pentagonal roofs. The bridge seems sturdy despite its obvious age. It is clearly the only way to cross, since the gorge continues for as far as the eye can see to the east and west. The 4 stone towers that anchor the bridge are each 40 feet high. A narrow stone stairway winds around each, leading to an open-air watch post at the top. A small encampment of a half-dozen tents cluster near the northern side of the bridge. Curls of smoke from campfires attest to some sort of activity. A single humanoid figure stands at each watch post, longbow in hand. A powerfully built hound with glowing red eyes and short, ruddy fur sits watchfully near either end of the bridge. Yet the most impressive creature present is certainly the sleek and menacing green dragon that perches on the roof of the northwestern watchtower on the far side of the gorge. It lies basking in the sun, but its bright yellow eyes are fixed on the bridge. I need you all to please make a group stealth check. Kevin cannot do so.
Oh, am I not awake yet?
You have another hour left.
Okay.
Mediocre.
Hey, I did a good thing. Oh, that's survival. Damn it.
Wow, my +8.
Can I use that -2?
Thank
I'm
God
not-
for +8. Gives me.
I'm not proficient in stealth.
Neither am I.
It's okay. I've rolled a 1 and a 3 so far.
As you all approach at the border, the hellhound at the farthest point closest to you almost seems like it barks, and as if it's looking around carefully to try to find something.
I think we should wait until Kevin awakes.
Just in case anything happens, I'm going to use Mask of Many Faces to turn myself into just a general-looking hobgoblin with a breastplate and everything.
Would you all like to see what you were looking at?
Yes.
Probably.
Please.
Where are you taking these prisoners?
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Come on, zoom out. There we go. Okay.
So,
Oh, shit.
We managed to get close. How big did the dragon look, by the way? Just like horse size, like he described?
Roughly.
Okay.
Hey, that gorge is only 65 feet wide. Where's the realism?
Kevin, aren't you asleep?
Congratulations. The gorge is now each square is 10 feet in length.
I could do that. I can
Please
do
don't.
that.
Please don't.
She has the power, Kevin. Also, you never wake up.
You die in your sleep. How? We don't know.
Blue screen of death. My hard drive got corrupted.
Fucking Windows 98.
Damn you, Vista!
You have to
Red ring of
reinstall
death.
my operating system.
All right. So, as you all back away, I'm taking you off the battle map because you are now leaving it. And back into the forest. Oops, that's not the map I wanted to take you on.
Ooh.
Nope.
Sneak peek.
Just a random battle map. I haven't even set it up yet.
Nothing important.
Literally, it was a random battle map number 242 in case you got encountered with something. So, what are y'all going to do?
You wait for Kevin to wake up.
Okay.
I feel like we should try to lure away the dragon first.
How do you do that exactly?
I don't know. Yell loudly.
And that brings everything else.
I don't. We need. Well, I don't like getting bottlenecked on a bridge. That seems like a terribly bad idea. Either that, or we try to collapse the bridge with as many of them on there as possible.
Terrible idea, but still talking to you guys as a hobgoblin. I technically can still do this. I just have to re-up it every hour. And I can speak goblin, so I can get a little farther than some people. So I can kind of do a distraction that way if we need to, but
And if you get caught?
probably. I mean, last time I died, I came right back.
Or we could use him to send something our way as well,
What
just to
if-
thin out the herd.
How heavy is the shaped charge?
Pounds.
How many pounds? I'm sorry.
2 pounds.
I was to say, do we even know about the shape charge? Do we know Kevin? We don't know what Kevin built. We know
I mean,
he's
I
built
would
it.
I've been telling you guys that I was building something special for the bridge.
Yeah, you've been telling us you built something special for the bridge. We have no clue how it works.
It's a bomb.
Well, maybe we should wait until Kevin wakes up to know exactly what he built before we just go rushing off. Plus, we don't want to just do something without Kevin being present anyway, right?
I mean, I think that's quite true. But I like Roman's idea about maybe using and he'll gesture at the costume like,
You look back
Somehow.
and I'm Tempest now.
oh, that's amusing. Oh, look,
Wait.
you made my nose big. That's lovely.
You also took the form of that magical hobgoblin back in the tower.
Yeah, the one I kept calling Dan.
Maybe you could go in as that too. I mean, he seemed to be well respected.
He also seemed to magic himself all over the place. Does he walk anywhere?
Wasn't he also supposed to be staying at the keep? That's the other part.
Sorry about that.
I mean, I think like just a lackey goblin won't be expected maybe to know things. You could just say Wrath Keep came under attack and you need reinforcements.
Hmm.
That's not necessarily untrue.
That isn't the worst idea. If Carl comes in looking injured and says the keeps coming to attack, the humans have claimed it. What would you do in that scenario? Would you send reinforcements? Somebody ahead? Break the guard?
Or they could pursue their advance a bit quicker because of it.
Potentially, but I mean that still sends goblins away from the bridge.
You have to
But that
send
would
goblins
also-
back to the army.
That might also put other people at risk in the process.
How?
How?
Well, if they think about it, if they know that someone is actively going out against them, would they maybe want to advance their timetable a bit faster?
I mean, it's a marching army. They're already
Yeah.
marching.
The timetable is 5 days from now. They can't get here any faster.
Like they're already moving as fast as an army marches.
Dragon is faster.
So they're going to have it attack the town?
Possible. We can't leave anything to chance.
I doubt that.
I highly doubt they'll send the dragon by itself. That ruins all surprise. And the dragons are scary, but this one's not huge. Like a town might be able to take it down by itself.
Turning back to Roman Hussein, Bernard, anyone else who really knows magic-y stuff, that dog, we've seen those things before. It explodes, it looks weird. Will that thing is that thing better at smelling? Like if I walk up to it, will it smell that I'm a human?
Make an Arcana check.
Yeah, I'd say I don't know if I should answer that without making a check first. Where is my Arcana? Oh
Can I
my
make
God,
one?
Reynard,
Can I make
are
one
you
as well?
Fucking kidding me.
Are you're proficient in Arcana? Yes, Cerulean?
Yes.
Go for it.
Come on, thing. 16.
Hard to tell. They are perceptive, though.
I
No.
don't know for certain, but I would say it's a dog. It's shaped after a dog. Dogs are pretty good at smelling things.
It is more perceptive, I think, than most other things we've seen. There's a chance.
You would have to walk past it, and that might not be a risk we want to take.
Going back to the point about the dragon, though, we already know the group's plans. Yes, the concern of the dragon attacking the town might be there, but also keep in mind When they listed here what was supposed to be watching the bridge, they didn't mention the small hold force. They didn't mention a guardsman. They mentioned a dragon. They want that dragon to hold the bridge. Its goal is to hold this bridge at all costs. They're not
Well,
going to send it off to attack the town.
The main reason I'm thinking about this is because if they find out that the fortress has been taken, then if he doesn't come back with the map, then their plans are going to be known.
Might be
think-
if people know.
I think
if
by
the
the time
fortress falls and they think someone's coming to the bridge, they're not going to send the dragon away from the bridge because they have to hold the bridge.
I'm just saying we don't know exactly what will happen.
No, we don't. So we're making our plans as we do them now.
indeed.
I think either way, we need to wait for Kevin to get up so we know how the thing works.
We can't do it without him.
No.
Then Kevin will wake up.
I could call the dragon a bitch with Skyrite.
Oh look, Kevin's awake. I
Sounds
will
like a
take.
very 23 like plan.
I'll take my dagger and just like cut the ropes off.
That's a waste.
One thing we are not considering.
Sorry, done.
If we tell them that the keep has fallen and they send the guards off to try and retake the bridge, they could bring another dragon to help defend the bridge. Dragons are not trained by the marching time of armies.
They do have multiple dragons, it seems, so that is a worry.
Yes, but we're
Still
just
takes
trying to
time.
weaken this force right now.
Also, my device is best placed at the weakest part of the bridge. Then we simply need a little bit of fire to activate it, and it should make the whole bridge go kaboom. If
Let
not,
me.
I
Go
did
ahead.
take enlarge reduce to grow 23 to impressive sizes so he can smash the bejeebus out of it.
I enjoy that plan.
Would he be able to smash the Jesus out of a dragon while he's large?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Meanwhile,
see
Jor's
why
wondering what
not.
the heck of a Jesus is.
I am curious about
Or
this
forge
plan.
sledding.
As there are two options here. We can either have 23, enlarged as he may be, hold the bridge at the choke point, or we do have several potions of fly, and if that dragon's flying around, he would be capable of doing significant damage to it.
Yes, my ability to levitate things is handy to a degree, but if the dragon goes too high, it's not going to be very helpful.
One other option, if we have someone who can fly, I could cast invisibility and sanctuary on someone and give them the shaped charge.
You could give it to Roderick.
Is he fast and able to carry weight?
Yes.
Can he? Is he able to detonate the charge once it's there?
Can anyone light anything on fire by touch?
No.
No.
We could we could.
I mean,
He's freezing up.
if anyone's going to do that kind of thing, it's going to have to be you or Renard. You're the only ones with portable fire at your fingertips.
We could place the charge at a spot where it can be hit at a range.
It's true.
I mean, that's very true, but angling on the that bridge is like that. You're going to have to get flying above the gorge and then fire it.
Well, where do you think the weakest part of the bridge is?
Like there's
I did not-
cracks.
The
I
center.
did not get a good look at the bridge. I was strapped to 23's back.
There is
That's-
a second approach to the bridge. What if we cast invisibility and spider climb on someone and just let them stick it in or tuck it into a nook on the bottom?
That's not a bad idea.
But the main problem with even just that
What about the
is
dog?
that the dragon, we don't know how well it can see or smell.
Oh. Can dragons smell things that are invisible?
I mean, I think anyone can smell things that are invisible.
Well, yes, but I meant, are dragons really good at that kind of thing? I don't know.
I don't
What
know.
if we sent in an invisible saboteur to destroy the bridge, and while they're going in, we light a fire in the woods?
Why would they care about a fire in the woods?
Why is your plan always setting a fire in the woods, by the way?
Why does your plan always involve fire?
Smoke draws attention.
It does, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going
It is
to
a
care.
beautiful day out here. There is nothing to naturally cause a fire. That means that there are people nearby.
California dislikes this plan.
Wouldn't they just think that that's someone trying to distract them with a fire, though? Why would anyone they set a fire on this side of the bridge.
Judging the intelligence of goblins, very high.
Military logic dictates when a problem like that arises, somebody has to see what it is.
Mm-hmm. It would draw forces away from the bridge. And I can ritual cast Skyrite to taunt them.
I feel like that part is unnecessary.
I feel like Kevin just wants to do it.
Of course he does. Kevin, no giant dicks in the sky, please.
I would never. What?
What is a dick?
Yes.
Off of this.
Moving on from that topic.
Yeah. So we have.
Moving on from that topic.
We have a few options at our disposal then, but either way, it's going to cause a lot of noise. But if we can blow the bridge before they realize what's going on, we cut off an entire sector of hobgoblins. More than likely, we'll still have to deal with the dragon, but we deal with fewer hobgoblins in the process.
Yeah, it didn't seem like there were many forces on this side of the bridge.
Well, the longer we sit here and wait, the better the chances of us being detected, so we need to do something now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, I'm all a fan of the invisibility, plant the charge, detonate plan. That seems fine.
Yes, and you do not need to have magical fire to be able to detonate it. A simple tinderbox would work.
Do they have time to get away from it in that period of time?
That's more my concern.
I could fashion a fuse. I
You don't
hadn't
sound
initially
confident about
fashioned one, but
Well, that's
Press
why I'm.
X to doubt.
Well, if there's no limit, Roderick can't be resummoned.
I'm still not sure your owl can detonate this thing. It can plant it, but detonate it?
if only it was an octopus. Then it would have the hands necessary to operate.
Man, if only we had thought ahead to make it an octopus. You're right.
I
Then it
thought
would
for a
have
second
enough
you were
arms to
gonna say-
operate a tinderbox.
For a second, I thought you were talking about lighting your owl on fire and ramming it into the
No,
charge.
no. I would never. I would never do that to Roderick. Never.
You've broken
Engage.
Reynard. Reynard's actually laughing. You've broken him.
Good God.
Either way, I'll try and just keep, and I'll wave my hand and turn myself back into just a generic hobgoblin. If we need to use this, I've got this, and I can speak goblin, so...
What if you made yourself look like a wounded warlord, Koth?
Presents the same exact problems of smell and all that other stuff.
Then he just does not get close.
To
But-
cross the
Or
bridge, you have to
comes
go
running
by
out of the
dog.
woods screaming.
The hound is literally in front of the bridge. Like, you have to go right next to it.
There was a decent space between the edge of the woods and the bridge, right?
Yes.
Oh, shit. We've taken too long.
Well, we do have to decide something.
You said that you could fashion a fuse.
Yes, we have rope.
How long of a fuse could you do?
How much rope do we have?
I just
A
cut a lot
literal
of it.
fuck ton.
I just cut a bunch of it into chunks after tying you off him.
Keep in mind, the longer the fuse is, the more unwieldy the device will be, because there is no good place to store it.
That's what I'm saying. If we used Roderick to transfer it over there invisibly, if you light the fuse before you do it, Roderick could get there by the time it explodes.
I don't know if you've done the math on that. That seems unlikely.
I'm throwing ideas out because we're
I
just
feel like
sitting
that would
here.
just destroy your familiar mid-flight.
What I'm saying is it's an idea that I'm throwing out because we're just sitting here not really coming up with anything.
I like this invisible spider climb idea.
I loved that idea. I thought it seemed the most logical. Just go like 50 feet to the right of the gorge, climb down, go find a weak spot, plant, blow up.
You still have that wand of webs, don't you, Cerulean?
I do.
What if you handed that over to Roman? We cast invisibility on Roman, gave him the charge, had him spider climb down to the bottom of the bridge, and then he could web it to the bottom of the bridge.
we have to wait
And
a
then
little
you
while.
just set the web on fire.
We'd have to still wait a little while because the wand needs to be focused on. So we'd be sitting here for another hour.
We've already been sitting here for almost an hour.
You want to wait another hour?
If you think you could web the bottom of the bridge without getting spotted, you're more than welcome to do it yourself.
I never said I could do it myself. I'm just openly saying that we're going to be waiting here either way. I'm more than willing to give this to Roman.
If only we had bought that glue.
You know what? I'll do it. Someone cast the damn spells on me. I'll go down there and plant the damn thing.
I'm going.
Tempest, couldn't you just levitate the charge underneath the bridge?
Yeah, I
I
could.
mean,
but
if you just cast it while you were standing there and just let it hover there, and then you came back.
So I can levitate things about 20 feet off the air, but then I have to kind of like up and down. The gorge is pretty far down. It sort of just fall.
Yes, well, I mean, if you just get underneath the bridge with spider climb, you could just let it hang there with levitate.
The gorge is deep, right?
Yeah, it's a 150-foot drop.
Yeah, like levitate only has like 20 feet height from a ground point. I had to actually like on the fort. I had to like up and kind of like get up a little bit.
I will say one nice thing about this charge: it is designed to only explode in one direction, so you can be relatively close to it with a relative degree of safety as long as you point the explosive end towards the bridge.
I mean, there's cracks all over this thing. I can just put it in a crack and light it.
Then we'll go with that plan. We're taking too long already.
Yes, so cast the damn spells on me. Worst comes to worst. If I fall, I can cast levitate.
I'll try and slap together like a 5-second fuse with just some rope.
Okay. Do you have thinker's tools?
I do. What kind of check would that be?
Intelligence. Actually, you're doing it quickly, dexterity.
Okay. Should I just use that same roll but change it to dex?
Yes.
It would be a 14 then.
Okay.
Tempest is...
It's not the best thing you could ever make.
Yeah.
It's essentially a length of rope that you strip down. It looks like it might work. You hope.
I wish that I had thought of a fuse last night.
Tempest is gonna... Oh, go ahead.
This is the plan. Let's get to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tempest is gonna be like, just in case, can I have the potion of flight? Just in case something goes wrong. I'm not gonna drink it now. I just want to hold on to it just in case.
I think 23 or Kevin. 23. I think I gave it to you, or did we already use it?
I drank it.
Oh, that's right. I thought we had another one. Okay, that's fine. I still levitate. Spider climb lasts how long?
An hour.
Oh, okay. That sounds of time.
And invisibility lasts...
An hour.
Yep.
So I've got an hour to do this whole thing.
So long as you don't do anything stupid like attack something or cast a spell.
No, that seems like a terrible idea.
Alright, I will
Let me
cast
make sure
Spider
I
Climb
have-
on him.
I'm
I'll
going to make
cast
sure
invisibility on him. And
I
I will
make
cast Sanctuary on him.
I make sure I have my tinderbox with me, which I do.
Sanctuary concentration.
It is
Mhm.
not.
Okay.
It does only last a minute, but it's better than nothing.
It's gonna take me longer than that to kind of take a wide approach.
Sanctuary is more like in case you get attacked on the way there.
Right. So Tempest is gonna, with both spells on, I'm not gonna go directly onto the bridge, and I'm just gonna take like a 40, 50 feet out to the right, and then start climbing down, and then approach kind of from inside the gorge.
Okay.
As I get up to the bridge, I would like to look for cracks that are large enough for this thing to fit in that seem fairly crumbly.
So, approaching the bridge from the underside, I still need you to make a stealth check.
With advantage because invisible?
Make a stealth check.
Okay. Oh my god. Rolled a 5.
We played for everything except for a Tempest roll.
I have rolled below 5 on everything tonight.
Sounds about right.
I knew she just had 23 running in like the Urukai from Two Towers.
Ha ha!
That was supposed to be hidden.
I'll take it!
Can't know if it has advantage though.
It's okay, he also rolls lower than 5.
So did the Hellhound.
Holy shit.
So, this seems like a good point to take a break, because what is about to ensue is probably going to be a 2-hour-long battle.
Chaos!
So, everybody, we look forward to seeing you in a little bit, because these guys are going to be in for a world of pain in just a moment. We'll see you all shortly. And welcome back. So, Tempest, you
Yes.
slowly creep along this edge of Skullgorge, almost walking horizontally to the wall or climbing along it very carefully. Your hands almost having that adhesive quality to it, courtesy of the spider climb gifted to you. As you approach the bridge, you can see there are parts of it that are cracked. In fact, there's a couple really big holes part to pieces. But you're not a dwarf. You don't have any specific engineering techniques or qualities, so I need you to make an investigation check with disadvantage.
Just cruel knowing my rolls.
Double one.
Oh my god.
Woof.
I know nothing of bridges.
So your best bet, you think, is, well, there's a hole there. That's probably the best place to throw a charge.
There's like multiple holes, right?
Yeah.
I have my pick of holes.
Yeah, and you just lay one up at the underside. It's actually kind of closer towards the opposite side of the bridge from where you are.
I'd probably stick to something closer to this side so I can like book it.
So there's the middle of the bridge hole, and then there's a larger one that's closer towards where the dragon is, almost kind of like where he's looking at it.
Nope, not there. No. I came in kind of from I would have been on the eastern side, and I'm coming in from the south, so like southeastern-y side is where I'm going to be.
Okay. So you're not placing it in one of the big holes?
Are those the biggest holes?
There's two large ones. One's in the middle, and one is closer to the northeast side, or northwest side. But the
That's near the
southeast side
dragon.
has no holes.
Has no holes? Southwest side?
None holes.
Oh, son of a bitch, there's no holes.
Be safe.
I'm gonna go... so northeast, northwest, that's it.
It's only a 5-second.
Or middle, I'm
fuse.
sorry, middle.
Middle and northwest are the two largest holes.
I'm gonna go for the northwest.
Okay. I need you to make another stealth check.
Oh,
With
son of a
With
bitch.
advantage, because you're stealthed.
Okay.
Double natural 1.
2.
26. Finally, something. Now I'm doing good things on the dexterity.
Jinx it.
Okay. And though you can actually crane your head for a little bit just to kind of peer up at the dragon, you watch as it just idly yawns and looks lazily back at the bridge. Doesn't seem like it's paying a whole lot of attention.
And I'm just like thinking to myself, like, yes, stay asleep, sleep tight.
It's not asleep. He's just not
I'm
paying
hoping
attention.
I'm hoping he does. I'm like, yes, go to sleep, have a nap. Lovely
That's
day.
all out loud.
No, I said in head.
In head.
Shut up. I will take the charge and I will position it in this hole underneath this dragon.
Okay.
Well, in this side of the bridge.
What are you going to adhere it to the wall with?
You said there's holes, right?
Yeah, but it's like a hole that goes directly through one end of the bridge to the other.
Shit. Okay.
As a point of reference, give me an idea of what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm. Now, okay, I see how it works now. So, I know how I've been informed how invisibility works by them. They said no spells, no attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So levitate is not an option.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will take. I will take one of my bolts from my belt.
Okay.
From my quiver or whatever I hold my bolts in. Not that I've been using the crossbow much lately. I'll take it and I'll just kind of. I know this thing needs fire to detonate, so I'm just gonna kind of shove it in and just like chunk it into the bridge itself.
Make a strength check.
Oh, son of a. 17.
Okay, you take one of the holes and kind of jam it into the hole, the arrow.
Okay. So I kind of just pry it in there and kind of just let it sit from the bolt.
It seems to be relatively sturdy.
I'm gonna take my tinderbox, and I've got the fuse that's kind of sitting here, dangling, I assume, at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Is my bolt? We'll just deal with the fuse. I will light the fuse and quickly light it and throw the match down to the river so it doesn't let off a lot of smoke. And I'm moving to the south side of this bridge.
Okay. You count.
And I'm action holding levitate just in case the bridge blows.
Move 30 feet in your chosen direction.
Hold on. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay. As you rapidly run from one end of the bridge to the other, there is a resounding crack as the shape charge detonates. Kevin, would you please roll a d6 for me?
Oh, that's a big roll.
That's a big
That's a
roll.
bomb.
That's a bam.
I'm so proud. I did it. Look, Mom.
We'll see if you did it.
Listen, no, I did it. You didn't do it.
I'm the hero.
And as this crack detonates, you see the hole widen as chunks of it fall. A little bit of the bridge remains, but it has taken significant damage. However, bad news.
The dragon fell off the tower and died.
Everybody is now alerted to your location,
Oh.
My location?
or that there is an explosion.
They're alerted to things are happening.
They're alerted that things are happening. Everybody is on high alert. Everybody is going to start making perception checks. And I need everybody to please roll for initiative.
So how far back in the woods are we?
You can see us.
I put you guys here, so
Oh
you're
my
about another 30 feet off the map south.
Oh,
Ow.
Tempest, survive.
You know, I have a +2 to Dex, and I rarely roll above a 10 on initiative.
I have a +5 and I'm rolling this.
I usually roll very well on initiative, and I did today.
I usually roll good, and I just rolled good.
Well, last session I didn't. I had a lot of bad initiative rolls last session. And it made me sad.
Do I need to roll another stealth if they're actively doing that, or is this like?
They're about to be. But yeah, now that you're booking it, I'd say you're not even really stealth, so you'll be a normal check.
I
But it is
planned
still-
on it probably being a normal check,
He is still invisible.
Yeah, but he's no longer trying to be
Oh.
stealthy.
but I'm also running, so it just cancels out the advantage.
Yep.
So, just let me know when you want me to do that.
Or when it's your turn. Kevin, what are you going to do as you hear the explosion?
So we're 30 feet back from the edge of the map.
Yep. You're at the tree line.
So it's 70 feet, so it's 100 feet. I'm going to just ready an action, and I'm going to hold it until I see... No, actually, you know what? We need to draw cover for Tempest. I'm not going to hold an action. I'm just going to shoot twice at this hobgoblin.
Okay.
The
Make
left
two attack.
hobgoblin.
Yep. Make your attack rolls. He's got pretty good cover because he's 40 feet up. And I think you're pretty good out of range. That's 30, 60,
Well, so the long range of a
30.
musket is far.
75 plus 30.
Yeah, the short range of a musket's 120 feet.
Yeah.
So I'm still in range there.
Yep. Make your shots.
Yep.
Does not hit. 21. Long range sniper shot. Make your roll damage.
And ignore the 5 because I haven't cast an arcane weapon yet.
All right. As he takes that damage, everybody is alerted that something has happened, as he is bloodied. All right, it's really.
And then if there's a tree to get behind, I'm gonna use a movement to get behind a tree.
Okay.
Assuming it doesn't take me too far back from the forest edge.
You're at the forest edge, so.
Yeah, like, I don't want to like go like 20 feet into the forest to find a tree, but if there's one that's like convenient, then I'm just gonna go behind it.
Yeah, they're sparse and they're small, but yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
It's really in.
I could probably hit them both, I think. Yeah, 80, and you said 35?
Well, 80 plus 35 from that one. You're 80 feet from here, and then add another 30 feet, so.
Okay, so that's
110.
exactly in range. 120 feet is the magic number.
Dollar bills, y'all. Oh, you
So,
have the
yeah.
same range as me. Nice.
One Eldritch Blast on the one that just hit, and the other one on the one that's not been hit yet.
Okay.
So I get 2 now. 18?
18 does not hit.
It's fine. Try again.
That blasted cover.
26
That-
will.
That one's on this one.
Yep, 26 will hit.
For 13.
Oh, that's a dead hobgoblin. As he takes a shot and stumbles backwards, you hear a pitiful Wilhelm scream as he falls off the cliff, going backwards into the gorge itself.
Tempest will see that and
And-
just be like,
Is there a tree anywhere close to me?
They're sparse and thin, but yes.
I'll kind of do the same thing that Kevin's doing, just kind of sticking behind, but also staying close enough to, just in case where I need to heal.
All right. This goblin's moving to here. Renard.
Reynard is just going to dash forward, and I will use all of my movement to get in onto the map and then taking cover underneath this overhang and behind this wall.
Okay, you have full cover. Hobgoblin is going to look and perceive what's going on.
I'm Gorbigan.
He does not see anything untoward. Roman.
All right, I'll move forward the 30 to get on the map, and then I will do a bonus action dash to get up to here. Is that against the wall, or is it that?
It's where Renard is.
Okay, I'll get to there, and I'll hold an action to cast Eldritch Blast at anyone I see that comes. If they come back here anyhow.
All right. Their hobgoblin's moving. Tempest, what are you doing? First off, make a stealth check. Not bad.
it's like this is what my character is supposed to be good at. I'm still on the underside of this bridge, right?
You are. You're walking upside down. Get a little bit of a head rush.
It's crazy. And I'm just going to run along the cliff here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to start trying to get up this tower, like climb up it.
All right, that's an
I'll-
additional 10-foot climb up, so
I was about to say, I'm going to use my action to dash and...
that'll get you. That's where you were here. 10, and then that's 40 dash. So going up.
I think
you
I've
have
got 10 feet left to go.
Yep. You're not all the way up, but you're running up the side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The green dragon flaps its wings as it starts to look about very carefully. And it seems to let out a roar as you hear it belch out a series of directions in Draconic. And it is then going to flap its wings and take off, going 40 feet into the air, the 80 feet in total off of the average terrain, and then another 20 feet, another 40 feet in this direction, looking over the hole.
I have to ask, What were those directions?
Saboteurs, find them. All right. This hobgoblin's going and he's going to look for where Kevin is and can see him. It's a thin tree, so Kevin's only got a little bit of cover. He is going to shout something into the air towards Ozyrandian and Goblin. He's going to take a shot at Kevin. And we'll miss as it lands in the tree not too far away from you.
So they can probably see all of us now then.
Not all of you.
Well, almost all of us.
High five, Roman. We hid.
I'm feeling good.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the invisible person.
All right. This hellhound's going
We
to
got total
proceed.
cover.
This hellhound's going to take a sniff of the air to see what's going on. He has advantage on these checks. Doesn't seem to see anything.
I'm invisible.
Well, you say that.
And probably stinky.
All right. This hobgoblin's going to start moving. And this hoblet's going to start moving. This hellhound is going to also perceive what's going on, and he's going to look to his left towards you, Tempest, and start barking loudly.
Okay.
He's going to run over to you and look up.
Damn it, dogs.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. 19?
That'll pass. As he breathes out a jet of fire in your general direction. You take half of 18.
Rude.
9 points of fire damage.
Does that reveal me, or do I actually have to attack?
You're not concentrating on the invisibility. You're still invisible,
Okay, just wanted to check.
I believe.
That's what I think. That's what I'm checking.
I am 99% sure it remains even if you take damage. It has.
Is that a targeted ability? Oh no, this is gone
It is
already.
not.
Never mind.
It's not.
Ignore my question. That's already gone.
Yeah, it should still be there. Yep, I thought so. 23. It is now your turn.
Hey, has anything happened to me yet?
No.
Okay, sorry about that. Dealing
That
with dog
stupid
stuff.
dog. Not your
He's
dog.
a good boy.
Not
I
your
will-
dog, not yours. I just got breathe fire on.
I will straight up run to here, I guess, with my 40 feet of movement.
That's you're actually 30 feet behind the tree line.
Oh god.
You're off map.
Okay, sorry. I will move 10 feet onto the map then, I guess, I suppose.
Yep.
So, like right here?
And you get action.
I will take the dodge action.
All right. And now we are back to the top.
For my turn, sorry, Tempest.
I knew this was gonna happen. I'm
I'm
about
going
to
to
be
cast
really sad.
enlarge on 23. So I'm gonna run up. I'm gonna run up behind him. Just thematically, I'm gonna pull up my Tinker's tools and just like tinker on the back of his like Warforged skull. And as the spell finishes, he's just gonna like. Boop, 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 boop.
All right. Tempest is revealed. He is spotted.
23.
I'm just
You
like,
are now a size large
oh.
character.
I'm
gonna be
a
like-
big kid now.
I'm just gonna be like, damn it, Kevin, you could wait like 6 more seconds.
Hoping 23 wasn't gonna run in yet.
What do I get with that?
You get an extra D4 to all of your damage.
Okay.
You're also a thick boy.
Yes. You're a very large boy now.
How much more do I weigh?
A lot.
I think it's 8 times more.
Yep.
I weigh.
The target size doubles in all dimensions. Its weight is multiplied by 8. This increases its size by 1 category from medium to large.
I am 20.
The creature obtains the maximum possible size in the space available. Right now it's like 16 feet tall.
So I am 2,400 pounds right now.
Curtis, that was an amazing joke.
Until the spell ends, you have advantage on strength checks and saving throws, and you do an extra d4 with all of your attacks. So you already had advantage on the strength parts, though. So
I have on checks, not saving throws, so that's good.
So
anyways,
okay. So lots of fun stuff.
All right. Anything else?
I don't think I have anything I can do with my bonus action this turn, so that's it.
All right. Cerulean.
Yeah, I need to get in there. So I'm going to spend my turn moving 30 feet to the map's edge, and then I'm going to dash here.
All right. This hobgoblin's going to start moving. 30 to dash. Actually, he's going to see here. He's going to take a shot at you, Tempest. He sees you.
I know.
And that'll hit
Oh.
for 2 points of piercing damage.
At least you're not concentrating on spider climb.
At least I'm not concentrating on spider climb.
All right. Reynard.
So my turn. I'm gonna no.
Oh God!
No.
Second
Reynard
enlarge.
is going to move
Enlarge your
Here.
enlarge.
here. Looking at this tower, is there a lower section to it?
There is not. It is a ramp. It is a really rickety wooden stairway that goes up 40 feet to the open air top. There is no base entrance that you can see.
Can I see the hobgoblin?
He's got pretty good cover, but yeah, you can make him out.
Okay. I will move. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down to the base of the ramp here. And I am going to use my action to take the dodge action.
All right. This hobgoblin is going to take a shot at Tempest because he can see you. And
Damn it!
that's-
Okay, that's fine.
Roman.
I guess I will move my 31st
Oh God, for my 17 AC.
scoot to there.
Or 18 AC now.
Bonus action dash to there. 15, 20, 25, 30. Am I at like the top now?
Yeah.
All right. So I can't get all the way in. I'll use the Eldritch Blast on this guy. Just both
right.
my bolts at him.
Okay.
24 hit.
That'll hit.
Yay.
As he gets shot, you actually see him fall and crunch right next to you, Renard. Just splat.
Well then.
Yeah, I won't. I'll just let the other one go at him, even though he's dead. That'll be my
All
turn.
right. The other hobgoblins are continuing their trek across the field. 30 feet, not good shot. Action dash. Tempest, your turn.
All right, so loving this, I'm going to say I've got the bow already at the ready because I was making that dash. I'm gonna fire a shot at the hell, whatever it is.
Okay. 23 will hit.
12 piercing damage. And I'll take the next shot at the dragon, and I'm going to add a trip attack to this one if it hits. 14 probably doesn't do it.
No, it does not.
All right, I just finished my run up here, and I'm going to take. This has got a little bit of cover to it, you said?
Not anymore. If you're at a low angle, it does.
Well, right. From the dragon, I assume not, but at least the hell thing can't.
Theoretically.
Yeah, I can run up here. I know, but
All right.
for the moment, I'm kind of ducking behind cover from the arrow shots.
Seeing the arrow sail past, he looked like he was getting ready to go after somebody, but his eyes square on you.
It actually goes
Tempest.
up there. Yeah. Oh, great! Of course it does.
He's gonna
That was my
flap,
taunting shot.
Flap, flap, and he gets about 10 feet above you.
Oh, hi!
And
Oh, not again.
It leans its head back and belches a swarm of poison on you. You
Oh,
should make a Constitution saving throw.
23.
Yes.
That's actually a pass.
I love the way you say actually a pass.
You take.
Still probably more than I want.
Oop, that was the wrong button. 20 points of poison damage.
Oh, that was a pass? Wow,
All right.
that would have really sucked.
And then it's going to descend and land on the platform. Right here.
Cool.
All right. This hobgoblin is dead and does not get a turn. This hobgoblin is going to get to here, dash to here. This hellhound is going to keep on keeping on. 50 feet to here. It's going to look around. It's going to make a perception check to see who it sees.
It knows I'm up there.
Yeah, it
I
knows
am-
you're up there, but it doesn't seem to notice anybody else yet.
I am 13 feet tall. I would like to, just so you know.
That's very true.
Hiding.
That's very true. All right. 25. Dashing. 30. 30. This hellhound is going to bark and doesn't see anybody to come at. He's going to look around to here, 30 feet, and it's going to take a look around. It's actually going to see a very large target, and it's going to see Renard. All right, that was 30 feet, 50 feet to here. It's moving towards you, Renard, and it's going to dash and get to you.
Okay.
23.
I'm going to go 15. Come on. There we go. And 35 feet here.
Stomp.
I'm a rage.
Okay.
Anyways, so that I'm a rage, and then I'll zap him for my zap stuff. Dex save from him.
He'll pass.
1 damage from my zap, and then I'm gonna smack him with my frostbrand twice.
Well, at this
Okay.
point, it's just canon that 23 is powered by static electricity, right?
It really is.
He doesn't actually wear armor. It's just a wool suit.
I like to think that I just shuffle my feet across the floor at a very high rate of speed.
No, he's got like a Tesla core like in the center of his chest. It's fine.
He just has treadmills that have just like fur on the side, so he just scoots along the ground.
First attack is a natural 20.
On Frostbrand. There you go. Roll that
That's a
damage.
stang.
This is gonna be a lot of damage, just so you guys know.
Ha.
Ignore that. Do not double the rage damage.
Or the cold.
The cold is from the frostbrand.
Well, it's
though.
actually the sword, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. You're right.
And
Uh,
I don't think I see the. Oh no! That +3 is from the enlarge.
Oh.
That is.
6
Frightening.
points of
Yep.
rage.
It's counting the enlarge in there. So that's actually it's 2 points of rage plus
I was gonna
4 points of large plus the enlarge is
It's
double.
doubling the enlarge. Oh,
So that's the
Yep.
3 there.
you don't.
27 damage total.
Dog.
The enlarge isn't +4; it's +1 d4.
Yeah, I rolled a d4.
Oh, okay.
Okay, 20. Is that it?
That doesn't
14.
seem right.
That's. I think it's 20.
28
No.
plus 9, it's 37.
6
Yeah.
plus
Yep.
3 plus 14 plus 7
Oh, it's
Yeah,
a
I
dead
got
dog.
+3.
I got it. You overkilled it. And as you
37.
and as you smite it to cleave off its head, it lets out a whimpering before its whole body vanishes.
Raynor just kind of looks down at it, looks back up the stairs. I owe you a hug, 23.
I'm so excited. Okay, I'm moving this way 5 feet. That's my turn.
All right.
just
Just made my life a lot easier.
This hobgoblin is going to take a shot at Tempest.
I've got cover this one, right?
He's elevated with you.
What? Oh, that one.
He misses anyway. Kevin.
I hope people are seeing me take all these shots at a dragon. And are
Guys,
going
the
to help
dragon
me.
left. It's nowhere to be found.
Do I have a good angle on the dragon from here?
No.
Okay. Then I will rotate over to here, and I have a good angle on that hellhound, right?
Yes.
I will take 2 shots at the hellhound.
Okay.
Probably both miss.
Those will both miss.
And I used 10 feet to there. I'll 10, 15, 20 to there.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Cerulean.
All right, let's see. How far are you, Tempest? Just out. Damn it. Okay. I have an idea, but I need to get around. Actually, I'll look to Roman real quick. And I'll just sort of holler over. See if you can't find where the explosion happened. Maybe you could blast it.
Okay.
Sorry.
And I'll dash. Make it right here, actually. Probably a bit closer to 23. Nope, don't want that. I want this. Perfect. Okay. Healing Light on Tempest for 2d6.
Roll it.
I'm okay with this. Do I roll it or? Oh. Okay.
I roll it. You heal 8.
Yay!
All right.
That is my turn.
Thank you.
This hobgoblin's going to shoot at 23.
He is a big target.
And that will connect. No, it won't. 19. I thought your AC was
Yeah.
18. I lied.
It went up. Proficiency bonus.
Yep. It will miss as it tinks against your armor. Renard.
Reynard is going to move 1, 2, 3. Up next to Roman. Pat Roman on someone says, get over there and help him with that dragon, damn it. And then I'm going to move 4, 5, 6. Raise my hand up. Fire. And I'm going to cast Fireball on the bridge.
Yes.
Ooh, yes, classic.
Right about
Oh,
here.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
It's the whole reason I rushed forward. I'm like, I'm going to meet them on that damn bridge if it's the last thing I do.
I'm going to do wizard things.
How
Roll
many-
damage.
Don't fuck me, Reynard. Okay.
Could have been worse.
Like average.
There was not. It's below average. It's 3 below average.
Ah.
So many people telling Roman what to do. He's so confused.
I was thinking like Eldritch Blast, like where the explosion was, to weaken it even further. Just
I'm probably screaming, "Help me with the damn dragon!"
All right, so as the fireball connects roughly where Tempest-shaped charge cracked, you watch as the whole bridge, almost like watching a gorge split open in an awful disaster movie, as a seam connects each side for the entire bridge collapses inward from both sides, spreading at the middle and then crumbling like a set of dominoes towards both ends. The whole bridge shatters into pieces.
We did the thing.
Every goblin on there falls to its death or crispifies, in the ensuing explosion.
See,
I get
Renard,
cr-
you did great.
I get credit for the gravity damage, right? All right. That is Reynard's turn.
All right. As
And I
meanwhile,
gotta
the
step
other
away
two
for just a brief second.
Okay. So, this hobgoblin is gonna look around like, oh shit. He's gonna take a shot at Renard, and he's in here to defend himself. That'll miss. Roman.
All right. I guess I'm going back down the tower. I will run doot.
There's a fucking dragon over here.
30 to there. Bonus action dash. Doot to there. Does it, for me to get my blade out, would that be like an action? To get Anari out?
Summon it. Bonus action, I believe it is for you.
Okay. Since I use my bonus action, can I use my action to get my blade out?
Nope, you may not.
All right.
Must obey the action economy.
All right, I'll just use item interaction to get out my silvered rapier, and then I'll use my action to dash.
Okay.
Wait, I'm confused.
Oh, I see what you did. Okay.
Tempest, what are you doing?
Dealing with a fucking dragon. Yeah. I'll probably be yelling out, "Dragon, kill it!" Things like that. I'm going
What
to.
you hear is a long series of censored bleeps up from Tempest.
Exactly. That sounds accurate.
We don't speak Orin.
I'm going to try and. I'm going to take an attack of opportunity on this one.
Yes, you are.
Yep.
He's gonna bite you.
No.
You are bit.
I am bitted.
That would be 18 points of piercing and 8 points of poison.
Okay, Tempest looks hurt. As I proceed to continue to run, I'm going to fire 2 shots at it.
Okay.
What have I got at the moment that I can use in terms of? Nope.
You may do so with disadvantage.
Wait, what?
me.
Oh, I'll move further away.
Okay.
Do I still at disadvantage? Yes.
You make 2 attacks. That'll hit. That doesn't frickin' matter.
Very
And then-
nice.
Then I'm 12.
Okay.
14 points on that first one, as I will take the rest of my 20 feet of movement and just dash down the tower like.
Okay.
And I will use my bonus action to second wind.
All right.
Oh, come on!
It is going to leap off and dive after you.
Oh, God bless.
How is it even possible for you to get a 4? What level of fighter are you?
I'm a level. Oh wait, did I not improve
It's plus your
that?
fighter level. You haven't upgraded that.
Oh, so I get
5, 7,
So 7. Wait,
No.
6.
6.
That's probably not much better.
Every point counts.
And it is going to bite you.
Oh my God, go away!
And it bites you.
God bless, go away!
For 12 points of piercing and 5 points of poison.
Ow, ow. Okay, the 2 extra help did help.
And then it's going to slash you.
No!
And that'll hit.
Oh my God, the 18 doesn't even matter on my AC.
And then it's going to, as you take another 13 points of slashing,
Oh no. That takes me down. I'm out now.
it is going to slash
no.
you once more.
Oh no!
In natural ones.
Oh, thank God.
Whoa.
All right. And as you kind of descend, as you no longer, I believe your spider climb is no longer. I don't know how that works. If you're,
I
if-
was gonna
I'm
ask.
concentrating on it.
I'm
Right.
still attached to the tower.
yeah, you just see him kind of go limp, and then as he falls back, hanging upside down, his head thunks against the wall, as he just kind of hangs there. And Ozabrandian looks really, really concerned, as if he's not quite sure how to explain this. He's going to fly up, and he's 20 feet, so he's got 60 feet left. He's going to fly up 60 feet and go in this general direction.
Speak, he'd say, man, dragons are fucking jerks.
And it screams out something in Draconic.
What does it say?
I'm going to burn your world to ashes.
Wait, but he's a poison dragon.
Point. The principle of the thing. This is going to come up to Tempest, or 23, excuse me.
Yeah.
Tempest is hanging limply from a tower.
That will connect and bite you.
Yeah.
For 4 points of piercing and 6 points of fire.
Both reduced to 4 points of piercing, you said?
Yes.
Reduced to 2.
Why is your fire reduced?
Frostbrand.
Frostbrand!
What? Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
Gets fire resistance.
Frosty boy.
That's fancy.
Mm-hmm. So that's 5 points of damage then?
Yep. All right. 23.
I'ma smack it.
Bad dog.
Actually, I'm gonna go zap it first.
For 2.
That 1 damage.
For 1.
For
For 1. my static electricity.
Quality.
Have you ever rolled above a 3 on that?
Like twice.
And they always save on those.
It's the
And
tempest
then-
of D6s.
Yeah, seriously. And then I'm gonna smack with Frostbrand. That's a natural 1, and that's a 19.
19 will hit. Your natural 1 will not hit.
Shocker.
Why?
Which is, he said shocker. It's funny because he's a...
He's shocking things.
So double natural 1s on my on my slashing. Okay.
Don't you wish you took Great Weapon Master?
I know, right? Actually, nah, I don't like. Nah. 5 to 16 points of damage.
Yep.
Actually, no. Great Weapon Master wouldn't have helped me there. Great Weapon Fighting would have.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This thing is going to take a long shot at 23. Actually, I think you're actually in range. Yeah, you're in range.
Hit me.
Longbows.
Miss. And then he's going to use his movement to start climbing down. Kevin.
All right, so now that we've destroyed the bridge, so there's no need to have 23 enlarged anymore.
Oh, come on. I was having so much fun.
I'm going to switch my concentration to arcane weapon.
I'm so glad we got use out of that after swapping my invisibility out.
Well, you know, the bridge died faster than I thought it would. And I'm going to attune it to... Have we hit this thing with anything elemental yet?
The dragon?
Yeah.
We haven't hit it
You can do
with
fire,
anything
then.
yet.
Yeah, it's been hit once.
I'm going to tune it to fire, and I'm going to take 2 shots at it.
Oh yeah, I
Alright.
did hit it once.
That'll hit. As will that.
So 13 from the first one, and 14 from the second one.
All right.
Is it looking bad?
No.
Dang it.
From 30 points
Because
of
it's
damage.
already dead.
Oh my wa mo shinderu.
Nani?
All right, Cerulean, it is now your turn.
All right, I will move actually here. Dump another 2 healing light into Tempest.
Okay.
The moment I wake up, I'm gonna be like, my back
6.
is killing me.
And are you far enough? You are. Yeah, Rich. Yeah, screw it. I will guiding bolt it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Nope.
Negative Ghost Rider pattern is full.
That's fine.
All right. Renard.
Reynard is going to. Reynard is going to expend a second level spell slot, and he's going to cast Magic Missile targeting the dragon.
Okay.
For 20 points of damage.
Okay. As it blasts into it, dragon's looking irritated and a little bloodied. It's also looking down, straight down.
Oh.
This hobgoblin's going to take a shot at Renard.
I'm not done.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm going to use my movement to move 10, 15, 20, 25, and I'm going to take the drop from here to here.
Okay. That's about a 10-foot drop. So, yeah, you're alive. Ow, that stung, but you're going.
That's my turn.
All right. This hobgoblin is going to dash off the screen. They're all leaving. Roman.
Okay. To move onto the platform, I need to get to that space, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that would be 2, 3, 6. So it would just get me up there. 30 feet to there. The hobgoblin fell off the top, didn't they?
You did.
Darn. I guess from here. Is the dragon glowing from the eldritch? Or the
I missed, so
oh,
no.
I missed. Okay, no. I'll just rip 2 eldritch blasts at it.
All right. Nope. That'll hit just.
Whew. Take that 6 damage.
Okay. Tempest.
I will hobble the 10 more feet onto the ground, get down there. I think it was 10 more feet. It's not like that. And I'm going to look at that damn dragon. I am pissed, and I'm going to take my 2 shots at it.
All right.
So that is my first one is 13 doesn't hit.
Does not.
19 might hit.
19 hits.
I'm going to throw a superiority die in there. Let's go ahead and trip attack it. So I need it to make a strength save now? Yeah, strength saving throw.
It passes.
And it beat a 16? Okay. Yeah, my maneuver did go up, so just FYI.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use an action surge and fire 2 more shots at it.
Okay.
22 and
That'll hit.
27.
Those will both
Heck
hit.
yeah.
9 and 8, then I'm throwing 2 more trip attacks in there.
God, that'd be brave. Just fell 500 feet into the gorge.
I would love that, because I hate this dragon right now.
He fails.
Hey!
Yes, it worked!
And you watch as this dragon falls, splashes into the water, and vanishes.
And I just like, fucking dragon. I'll hobble my way 10 more feet.
And that will end combat.
I got one guy in front of me. Let me smack him.
Oh, the Hellhound. Duh. I'm going to assume you guys can destroy this Hellhound, but go ahead and smack the Hellhound after he tries to bite you.
All right, let him bite me.
2 hours later. Wow, I never could have seen you guys getting TPK'd by a single hellhound.
All right, roll your damage. It's
At like
so
half
screwed.
health.
It's got 9 health left.
All right.
You rolled a 3!
I know.
He failed to save.
Okay, he takes 3 points of damage,
He dies.
and then all
He's
that.
dead. Yeah, he's dead. He's toast. All right.
I'm gonna
That
go
will
Yo, go ahead.
That will end the contract for this battle.
I'll jog over to Tempest and I'll offer a hand and I'll say, "You okay?"
Tempest is like leaning against this rubble, just like, no.
Yeah, take my hand.
Okay. Is it dead? Did I get it?
We're about to find out. And when he takes my hand, I cast Cure Wounds.
23 is looking over the edge, just looking for any sign of the dragon.
I would also go up and look for the dragon.
Everything on me is so bad.
17 though.
Make
I'll
perception
take it.
checks to disadvantage.
And then I'll head over and look for it.
11.
Disadvantage, oh boy.
Disadvantage. Oh no, this is going to be bad for me.
As you all peer into the murky depths, you do not see any sign of Ozymandian.
Roman was actually looking over here to see if he could see which way they were heading or whatnot. If there's any, trying to figure out which way the army's coming from.
The goblins were running northwest.
Okay.
Well, mission accomplished. Let's go home.
Yes, we have saved the town.
And our new keep.
Would like to take a look at all the stuff they may have left behind.
But
Oh.
it is on the other side of the gorge, Renard.
Yes, I know that. I have a way to get over there, but it would take me a night.
I mean, I could definitely use a rest.
We've won this battle. I don't think anything's coming for us. I think we should recruit into the woods, rest, and enjoy the fact that that went as well as it could have.
I want to stay on these towers.
Wait.
Yes, Tempest, very, very good job placing the charge. Where did you place it on the bridge?
Underneath one of the larger holes, it seemed like the best place to create more cracks.
That seemed like the best place to create more cracks.
Look, it was very difficult to see down there, okay?
Well, it worked.
Yes, thank you for the fireball, Reynard.
Yes, 2 birds with 1 fireball.
It's more like 6, I think.
I'm sorry, my friends. We are missing one crucial detail of the fight.
Yes?
23 will go over to Renard.
Renard will just look at him and says, yes, yes. And Renard will actually reach over and give him a hug. You did very well, 23.
I will give him a big old hug.
I'll cast Cure Wounds on Tempest.
Tempest is like, I'm the only one who took damage, huh?
I took damage, like 5 points of it.
Oh, quaint.
I spent the fight running from tower to tower.
I shot a dragon. Twice.
I spent the fight keeping Tempest alive, so I suppose I was good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the spider climb, Reynard. I don't know how I did that thing with the fainting.
I mean, you just adhered to the floor.
It was very
The
weird.
wall.
It was very weird.
Next time I'll let you drop them.
No, I loved it. It was great. Just weird.
All right.
No, that's right. 37.
Let's just retreat.
Also, Renard, how do you plan on getting over there? You said it'd take you the better part of a night.
Well, I have a spell scroll of fly on me, and I meant to scribe it last night for today's battle, but we were in kind of a hurry. So my plan here is to scribe it now, and then after a rest, I can use it tomorrow to go through that camp.
Should we camp in the woods or use these towers so we can watch out if anything's coming?
I think the woods would give us cover, but if one of us wanted to stay in the towers, that would be great for keeping an eye out.
Are there
Or it
doors
would
to these
separate
towers?
you.
Sorry.
They're open top.
I'll just gesture over to here. Like, we could use that broken building as a camp, and then whoever's on watch stays in the tower.
I actually have something for that as well. Something in the old spell book that might come in handy for that.
Is it a Leoman's tiny hut?
It might just be a Liamin's tiny hut.
Since when does Tempest know magic?
Tempest doesn't know magic. Michael knows magic.
So we can set up on top of one of these towers, and we will be shielded and have a great sight line on anything in the valley. Well,
I love the
burning-
sound of that.
Yes, that does sound like the smartest option.
I vote for that.
I'm okay with this.
I'm hurt. Not as badly. Thank you all. But I would definitely appreciate a rest.
Okay. So, where are you all going?
I think we're Liam and Tiny hutting on the top of a tower, it sounds like.
Reynard will spend 11 minutes casting that ritually. And then just an opaque dome will kind of seal around that. After a moment of just being opaque, it becomes utterly transparent, like looking through a pane of glass you know is there. But the world outside is unchanged. And he will say, it'll be a little blurry looking over here, and nothing should be able to get through this.
Handy little trick.
It is.
Roman's just like pushing his hand through to see if he can actually go through it. He's like,
Anything that was inside it when it was cast can still go through it in and out, so you'll be able to step out and do as you see fit as well. As long
Right.
as I don't leave it.
The unfortunate thing is that it's still pretty early-ish in the day. So you all are going to spend the rest of the day.
It's like the afternoon, right? Like
Yeah.
3 to 4, I think.
Well, I'm going to spend the next hours scribing fly in my spellbook.
Yeah, I think we might just do like a short rest, but this is still like safest.
Yeah, I've got a lot of scroll enchanting stuff, so I'll probably just spend some time enchanting a scroll or two.
Okay.
We'll just keep watch.
Yeah, I'll take the full rest and just kind of rest since I think I took the worst of it.
I'm doing okay, so I'll keep watch with Roman.
I'm gonna go around and loot the corpses that are there, I guess. The one.
Gale, Mail, and Longbow for the one hobgoblin that you managed to find. Everything else fell into the water. Or, yeah, ran.
Everything was mostly on the other side. I'll take a moment to, if I remember correctly, the that god we were talking about, he's like the platinum dragon. He's like metallic dragons, right? I don't remember everything.
Yes.
So I'll just kind of be like, I'll just kind of try my prayer thing again, be like, so I may have killed a dragon. Is that a good thing by you or a bad thing? I don't really know how that works. There like specifics to this?
Make a religion check.
I don't know what I'm doing still.
As you just calmly talk out to God, everybody else in the bubble just kind of stares at you.
Tempest got a head wound. You can go with that.
Tempest, your ramblings are quite distracting.
Kevin,
You get a feeling though, of something. A little spark. And for some reason, 3 words come to mind. Respect, tenacity, compassion.
I like Reynard's little smug look right now. I'll kind of think of them, just kind of repeat them a little bit to myself. Once again, I'm sure Kevin thinks I'm crazy.
The
Okay.
day will slowly creep by, and there are times when you do see hobgoblins come up to the bridge, sometime in batches of 10 to 15, who seem to be pointing up in your general direction. They are aware of your existence.
If they linger too long near the edge pointing at us, I'll take a shot at them whenever
They look like they're watching, but they have no means to get across, and they go back as if they're reporting or scouting.
Maybe going across isn't the best idea.
Are any of them heading to the camp?
Well, they're sending in scouts, so it could still be around there, just pushed in the back.
Or they've retrieved whatever they need over there.
It's true.
Well, that makes this whole point pointless then, doesn't it? Well, we've already done it to this point. It shouldn't take us more than 10 minutes to look through the camp, and then we can hoof it back to town and report what we've seen and done. It's not like we could have gotten very far by the end of the day anyways. It took us 7 hours to get here.
You guys going to remain there for the rest of the day?
Sure.
I mean, we don't need to necessarily. We can make our way back to town. We've got a few more hours.
Yeah, if they're sending a bunch of scouts constantly, I mean, I don't know what else they're going to send, so I'd at least feel more comfortable trying to get back and warning the people.
We can hide better in the woods.
Yeah, the quicker we get to the town, the quicker we can tell them what's going on.
Joel, how are you doing?
Jor's not with you.
Oh, thought he was. My bad.
Jor does not go in combat.
Oh,
No,
I
we-
thought he was here now because we're out of combat.
We sent Jor back to town to warn them when we engaged the bridge. That was the
I
plan.
must have-
for 2 weeks
I
ago.
must have been visible doing things. I don't remember things.
So, you're going to depart the bridge and go back here into the forest?
I mean, we can keep an eye on all the scouts from here, and they can't get into the hut.
How long does this last?
It lasts 8 hours, but I can recast it.
Do we really need to keep an eye on them here? They're going to have to go around now. This is not a strategic location anymore.
I want to see if, one way or the other, I would still like to look at the camp for a brief period.
I think that's fine, but I don't know if we need to linger here, is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I have
there's
no
way to-
preference there, no matter.
Yeah, at least for me, I think we bought ourselves some time, but time is still kind of the essence here. So the faster we can at least meet up with Jor and see if he was able to contact the village, go from there.
He's going to be far ahead of us. He's much better adept at these woods.
Well, then we'll turn in early, we'll wake up early, and as soon as we can get out of here, we'll beat it back to town as quickly as possible.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yes, we should make headway, though.
So you're gonna fly across?
Yeah, if we sleep throughout the night, nothing bothers us.
Oh, you need the whole night to do that. Gotcha.
I have to get a long rest to be able to prepare fly.
Okay.
If you'd like me to as well before you go, I can cast augury to see if there's anything of note over there that would benefit us. Save you a trip.
That would be useful.
I like that.
So I won't do it yet. I'll do it before you're prepared to do it, because remember, it needs to be within a certain time frame.
Mhm.
And then we'll see what the results are.
Can we not still just know if there's something good over there at the moment?
Well, the actions can change within time, so
I mean, I could just send my artificial mind over to look.
Oh, hold on. Wait a second. And I'll remember that I can cast Levitate on myself and cast Levitate on myself.
Don't you have to pull along something to go horizontally?
No, that's actually to go up or down. It says I have to push or pull to go down. I had to re-look at it because the spell is confusing me sometimes. I'll link it and we can see if it's good or not.
You can use an action to move yourself up or down 20 feet. To move horizontally, you have to crawl along a surface.
Could we just like push him? Like zero gravity type stuff?
He casts a levitate on himself, and then we cast enlarge on 23, and 23 just slings him across the gorge.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
worse
must-
ideas.
Never mind then.
How does he
I
get
have
back?
heard-
We'll worry about that later.
Never mind
well.
then. I would know that.
Yeah,
That's how I
I
get
can,
him to keep us up and down the walls.
I'll just send. I'll send Barley over, and he'll take a peek.
Okay.
Okay.
That's your strange purple hobgoblin thing, isn't it?
Halfling.
Halfling, yes. That's
Hobgoblins
obviously.
are large and mean.
Yes, that's obviously what your small thing looks like.
Bernard, where am I looking, and what am I looking for?
I was just wanted to know what they might have here, if they have any extra orders, more supplies, any of that cryptic messages that we could just decrypt no more.
I will send it through any tents that are still remaining, if there are any, and then I'll have it scan the.
By the time you guys went to it, the scouts had broken it all down.
Figured.
Okay. And then I'll have it just
Steve,
scan. And I'll have it
I
scan
wish
the-
you would have mentioned them doing that, because if they were starting to do that, I would have just fireballed them again.
I'm sorry.
Because if they're gonna loot it, then I'm just gonna burn the whole damn thing to the ground. I'm not letting them get away with that.
Figured you were inside your hut and couldn't leave it.
I mean, I can. If I leave it, it just disappears and I recast it. It's a ritual. I can do that all day long.
Okay.
That's a long distance. Can your fireball even reach that far?
120 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if they were within fireballing distance too, then I would have been I did say that I would have been harrying them if they were hanging around within musket range.
They were trying to break down the camp.
They're within attack range. We're not just gonna sit there and let them do that.
Aw. I was distracted by puppy sounds.
Yeah, you are.
Sorry.
That's fine. I like puppies.
Connor, get out of here. Replace you with the dog.
I don't remember seeing that dragon on this map before.
Oh, it was there all the time.
It was.
Yeah.
It was blending in well with the green backdrop.
I think that's literally why we were like, guess what? There's gonna be a dragon.
I set it up for that. So yeah. Okay. I'd say with you guys taking shots at it, yeah, you drive him off.
If that would have been mentioned, I'd have been like, oh, I've got a longbow.
Yeah.
Excellent.
With you guys taking shots at it, you'd have driven them off from doing what they were intending to do.
I'm gonna flip in the birds as they walk away.
So
Does it have like little sparks with it? Like
whatever
I like to
they
think it
failed
does.
to break down before we drove them off, I would have Barley check that out, and then I'd have him check out the tower that the dragon was sitting on.
Okay. Make a perception check for him.
Perception 9.
Nice one.
As he starts kind of rooting through things, he will eventually come back and tell you, sorry, boss. There's mostly food and tents and sleeping gear.
Barley says there's mostly food and tents and sleeping gear.
Well, we had to rest anyways, I suppose. No news is good news.
Yeah, I mean, if it's any consolation, we likely would have just found repeat orders based on what we already had.
It's true.
Yes, well, this is a very serious thing we're dealing with. I didn't want to be flippant and just throw caution to the wind.
I agree.
One thing I thought of while you guys were resting and doing magic stuff, would it be any benefit for me to leave behind a phony note in Goblin?
Saying what?
I don't know. That's kind of what I was bringing it up to you guys.
I mean, I like the idea, but I think they kind of already know we're fucking with them. They're gonna be suspicious of anything like that.
If you could think of something good to write in Goblin, and you can write out the script for me, I can copy the script with my forgery tools to make a good-looking note.
If you
I'm
could
sorry,
figure out,
oh yeah, I do a forgery kit.
if we could put our heads together here, Kevin, and figure out that cryptic encoding, I don't think leaving a note here would be the best idea. They are pretty damn aware of what happened here. They retreated, but in the future, if we run into this problem again, we could leave some very convincing notes if we're using their own message system.
Find any other coded notes? Let me know.
Bernard, take a DM inspiration.
Woo!
Fancy!
Yeah.
Right. Well, sorry, go ahead.
I was saying my captain showed me a little bit of his code work, so maybe not too complex stuff, but I'm decent at codes. If you find anything in Goblin or Common, or can translate it for me.
Doable. I think with I am fairly skilled with forging documents. So if we can figure out something good to write, it could be a good red salmon, blue
Herring.
swordfish.
It's red herring.
Ah,
Close.
red herring.
You at least had the fish part, right?
And the color.
Fish are interesting.
Basically,
No legs, and yet they move so fast.
so I guess as we keep them watching tonight, since we've come to terms with what we're going to do here, after 8 hours and the hut disappears, I will recast it again, and we can move into the woods and catch the
As
long
but
rest.
say, I think we're gonna move now. If we're not staying here, there's no point to stay here.
But just because they seem intent on coming back here and we're leaving this position, I will use my last 3rd level spell slot to fireball the camp again, just
Okay.
to torch whatever might actually be over there.
Okay.
Just a
And as
nice
it-
blob.
It will detonate into a mass of fire and brimstone. Whatever was there is no longer usable.
Sleep well, bright and early, and we are marching double time, so everybody be ready for it.
All about it.
Your night your night begins. Are we standing watches?
Roman will take first watch.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
take last watch.
I'll take a middle watch.
Then Roman, please.
And I will recast Tiny Hut.
Perception check.
Yes, please.
Alrighty.
I will also, before I go to sleep, when he's in like his own little, he'll take a moment to kind of not purposely veer off, but you're just gonna say, I need to pray, I suppose you could call it that, real quick. Give me 1 sec.
How do you do that exactly?
You just talk.
See, I tried that and Kevin looked at me funny.
He is much better at it than you are.
Don't,
Thank you, Kevin.
Don't don't listen to what they say. Do what's most natural to you. It's easiest.
That might not work well with a higher being.
You'll learn.
Just put some oomph behind it.
There you go. He'll go up to the side and he'll take the staff that he got, the staff of life, and he'll just sort of set it like on his knees, like in a sort of kneeling position. And he just begins to quietly talk in common, just saying just that he was able to achieve something that that helps bring back light and life into the land, and hopefully that is something that she is happy with.
Okay. Make a, let's say, charisma check.
Okay. 14.
You feel a sense of pride, satisfaction. Approval.
He'll finish off by just seeing what else that her eyes might be looking towards.
There is a worried look somewhere in the whole, not only here, but the whole general facility. And I would actually need Reynard and you to make Arcana checks for me.
Oh.
Am I privy to this conversation to make the Arcana check?
Yeah, this is just something else general for you.
Okay.
16.
Thank you, plus 10.
Renard and Cerulean are both tuned to the forces of the arcane. You both, through your study, even if it's not direct study, you have a natural sense of the flow of magic, how the world around you interacts with it. And even to a point, even without having detect magic up, you can kind of sense in the air if there is magic, if it is usable. Almost like a sixth kinesis for just as part of your very existence. You didn't really notice it before. But as you all settle in for your rest tonight, the air around you is particularly charged. Your magic is just the same as it was, but it's like, imagine if you are in a heavy rainstorm and you could hear the lightning, you could smell the ozone. That's almost what it's like to you, as if there is magic in the air. Very faint, very ambient, but definitely there.
Sort of, without really meaning to, he sort of like runs his fingers along the air just to see if he can't find like that spark that kind of connects a little bit. If you get what I'm saying.
It's like trying to grab thick fog. It floats through your hair, your hands. It's nothing you can really interact with. It's just almost as if this particular environment is magically different.
Does it seem unnatural?
It's not much of a nature check, but you don't have anything to experience that this might be natural or not.
That's fair, yeah.
This is a long shot from Reynard. I'm going to use my once a day detect magic.
Okay.
And I'm going to see. I imagine it's extremely faint, but I am looking for if there is any telltale source that might be carried on the wind of this.
Okay. It's like turning on high beams in the fog as you cast detect magic. The air around you is almost faintly purple, and you see wisps of air flowing almost like a river or all around you in many different directions. It's like looking at a large image of the universe. Everything around you is magic. You see all the different types floating through the air, streams of it, ley lines, in fact. But many of the streams flow in a single direction, and they look like they're going upward somewhere into the mountains.
For some reason, the thought that goes in my head is there's a hole in the bottom of the lake. And that's the thought that comes into my head right now, hearing that.
There is a boat up there.
No, it's not going the direction of the boat.
Oh, meh.
Ha.
If I had to place a wild guess on where the wellspring would be, I would imagine it's where every single drop of magic is making its way towards.
Did you say that loud enough for people to hear?
I would murmur that aloud to myself, yes.
Something about the wellspring, Renard.
There's magic in the air. It's thick. It's heavy. Like something is drawing it in or pushing it out, but it's all drawing to somewhere.
That is likely not good.
Yeah, I can feel it too.
But it does seem to give us a direction. Because if we're looking for the wellspring and this is all this magic is being pulled into it like some giant, I can't use the term superconductor, that doesn't make sense.
Sponge?
Sponge is adequate. Soaking it up.
Does it?
Why would the wellspring be absorbing magic though?
I think the understanding of it is a source of magical power. It doesn't mean it is creating it. It may just be that it's taking it in from its surroundings in order to power up. Like someone's trying to supercharge some form of magical effect.
DM, I'm gonna ritual cast detect magic.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, can I do the same
What
thing?
side of the river does it look like these magical ley lines that Renard is talking about are pointing towards?
So it's not so much as you see what direction it's going, just it's more like as you wide angle view it and you're not focusing at any bit, it all seems to have a general flow from all around you and going into the direction of the mountains.
Okay, so but we can't get like a good enough feel for it to know if it's going towards the mountains on our side of the river or the mountains on the other side of the river.
On your side of the river. It looks like it's going up into the Wyvern's Gaze.
Okay, so it's going into the mountains like here. Not like here.
I'm sorry, I wasn't on that page. Let me look at it.
So it's going into the mountains like here,
Somewhere up that direction.
not like
yes.
here-ish.
It's in that direction, both of them. It's going north by northwest.
Do we want to follow that? We did send Jor back to warn the town.
But what if the entire army's up there?
It is unlikely they were on the march.
They did say the other way around was through the mountains, so I imagine that with news of the bridge falling, that they're going to redirect their efforts up the mountains.
Warkilna also did say that the mountains are quite expansive. It is unlikely we would just happen across an entire army unawares.
I think it's even more unlikely that we would spend weeks looking at the mountains and not find anything.
We're already here, and that is a worrying amount of magic congregating on the mountains.
I do just want to first put up my point that yes, I'm in to go checking out if this is where the wellspring is, because that's what we were coming here for. But of course, when I want to go to the mountains for the boat, well,
I'm
That's-
curious in that boat as well, Roman, especially if that ship can be used or fixed or anything to that capacity. We don't exactly have a way north over this bridge anymore, do we?
We do.
Oh,
We can go around, but then again, we'll meet them.
Into the mountains.
like I said, just wanted to air that. But no, if all of the magic in this area seems to be drawn up into these mountains, I feel like it can't be a coincidence that this is also supposed to be where the wellspring is.
Yes. And
does seem, yeah.
and us going back to town would be fine, I guess. But we did send Jor back, and he is just going to tell them what we would tell them if we returned. We wouldn't have any real new information, aside from they may have an extra day upon what they thought they already had.
Returning back to town would serve one or two means. Returning back to town would allow us to turn in the quest itself, and we would be rewarded for it if we needed to resupply, which I'm not sure there's much we could buy in that town. But you did use up a great deal of that powder of yours. Do you not need more of that?
I do not know, but I do have an explosive device waiting for me in town.
So, if it's worth us to take a quick day back and a quick day up into the mountains, I think we would still be ahead of the army, and we could even take some time to look into that airship Roman's so fond of.
We did seem to earn ourselves a day or two. We might as well. I'm all about it.
I am worried that we would. They said it would take 4 or 5 days to basically go around, but if we go back a day, up a day, they might be starting into the mountains by then. So
Now, theoretically, that's that many days before they're being harassed by hill giants.
We do have our friends in the mountains. We also have the advantage of not being an army. We can maneuver much faster.
Yes, it is easier for us to stealthily avoid running into columns of hobgoblins.
It's true.
We will hear them before they hear us.
Hopefully.
hey, if we get enough explosives, we can lay some traps as well.
We will not be able to go back to town in time and return to. Also, the gnome did not have that much explosives.
So, what is the general consensus here? Do we want to go into the mountain and investigate maybe the location of the wellspring, or do we want to head back?
It was our original goal here, was the wellspring.
Our
It
point is-
was.
Again, as was mentioned by the GM out of character and in character, the flow into the mountains, it is not all being drawn to one point, it's just being drawn towards the mountains. That is a lot of ground to search.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be able to narrow that? Can you follow this magic back to its source?
I mean, we're basing this off what we felt here. If we get into the mountains and we find out that it's being flowed into the valley beyond it, then we've just wasted 3 days going into the mountains only to find out that we're still a month's travel away.
I think with the amount of work these hobgoblins are putting in, I think the wellspring is going to show up one way or another. It just depends. It just depends really on how it does.
I don't love the idea of an army of hobgoblins finding it accidentally.
I think with
I
everything
think they
that's
already
going
have
on,
it, Tempest.
they already have it.
Maybe, we don't know that for sure though.
It does seem like it does. The entire area around here is you can't see it with any sort of divination magic, if you remember. So that wasn't there before, it seems. So it happening all of a sudden, it's more than likely they do have the wellspring and preventing that sort of magic.
And a great deal of that was focused off towards the east, the town of. I'm trying to find it in my notes. Where is that in my notes?
Crimson Witch?
Crimson Witch, yes. Crimson Witch had the issues with that, and they're being attacked by hobgoblins as well, so that seems to be the focal point of it. I'm not sure how they've been branching this, but if they're already in Crimson Witch, but they're marching down from the south, from the northwest, they are very spot spread out. It seems like they're marching south on all fronts.
You're
Now,
saying we probably just stopped one front, we haven't stopped them all.
Yes.
is it not likely that the wellspring would be at this point here on the map where it says all tribes muster here under Karn?
Is that the direction it is, the northwest rather than more westy?
There is no indication that the army is attacking on all fronts. The map seems to imply that they are mustering and then going across the Vale.
It's like, if they were mustering more to the northwest from here, is the magic coming from the west or the northwest?
That
It's
general
flowing.
direction.
It's flowing towards the northwest.
Oh, okay. Well, shit.
My vote is to go back to town. If nothing, we can at least let some people know that the Wrath God's garrison is open for business and that they can station a garrison there. That gives some warning if they come through the mountains. I'm not too confident that Joel will have that idea to give them that.
Wrath keeps pretty rough looking.
Yes, and that keep would have been more use if they had come across the bridge.
Yes, we don't know what path will take through these mountains, and I assume it could be anywhere.
It may be a complete waste of their forces if they send troops up to hold that keep, only to have the goblins avoid it entirely.
We know Orchard River's on the attack, so probably just stay there. Anyway,
Either way, I think we all know we should probably go back, collect our money, and see if we can get some stuff to help us go back on the mountains. And as far as navigating up there, hopefully we're on the good side of those the daughters of that giant, so they can probably show us around or point us in the direction of anything old and ancient.
I'm on board for going back to town.
I'm as well.
I think town sounds like a good idea. It doesn't sound like we have any good options in the mountains.
Okay. So you're going to travel back to Orchards River.
At a fast pace is what I would prefer as well.
It'll be a day and a half if you go to fast pace.
After our rest tonight, right?
Yeah.
Basically, it'll be 2 days. Okay.
Well, is there any reason to stay here now then? Unless
It's night at this point.
No, it's day. It's still daylight.
Oh.
I thought it was, 8 hours to get here, and then we've already traveled so far today, we can't really push ourselves any farther.
Oh.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Okay.
But that's up to Beth.
Yeah, you're about where Morkelnaw's effigy would be by the end of your day.
Okay.
All right.
So I've got it mostly to scale, so. All right. I will say that you could spend the next 2 days traveling, or day and a half traveling back to Drellin's Ferry.
Orchards River?
I'm sorry, Orchards River. Looking at one name, meaning another.
All right.
And as you come up to the, just stepping off of the ferry, what would you all like to do?
Well, the individual who's going to pay us is a man named Nora Winston. He's the town speaker.
So let's start there.
Indeed.
Okay. As a light rain gently falls across the green leading up to his house, you enter into the front foyer as the guardsman immediately let you in. Up at this point, you're pretty well recognized. To which the town speaker will look up from his desk with Captain Serrana not terribly far away from him. In addition, there's a few other individuals. The stable master, Dolorazan, is there. The big, heavy, set woman with a leathered face. There's also the dwarf, or no, excuse me, the halfling, who was in the inn with you, who helped run it. As they all seem to be talking to each other, they all look up, and before even introducing a greeting, Nora will then speak out. Well, what happened? What sort of trouble are we in for?
We wiped out the keep of the hobgoblins, then we traveled north, killed off the ones that were at the bridge, and destroyed the bridge.
as he looks downcast just a little bit. Oh, did you have to? When things get back to normal, we'll need that bridge. There'll be no trade along the Dawn Way until we build a new one.
Trust me, you're going to want that bridge out. There's an army coming.
Blank, blank. So you've dealt with the hobgoblins, but there's an army coming.
Yes. It appears their numbers are far more numerous than we initially thought.
We took out most of the advanced groups and encampments. And a dragon.
Yes, we injured a dragon very heavily.
That dragon's dead.
He said hopefully.
That dragon is so dead. It's definitely not going to come back and murder me.
Tempest, we did not see a body.
I shot that thing with like 4 arrows at one time and it already looked rough, and then it fell into a ravine.
And
It's
we did
dead.
not see a body.
Yeah, it's deep in a ravine in a river.
Should we show them the map so they can kind of see what we're talking about? How we know that this is all kind of coming down the pipeline?
Be my
Oh.
guest.
Unfurl the map.
And you watch as he just kind of slumps back in his chair. Oh, no, this is not good. Oh, here, save us. What are we going to do about this? How long until the hobgoblins and their monstrous allies get here, do you think?
We've stalled them for a long time, and you know old Wrinkle, what's his face? Wrinklenaw? Warklenaw? Warklenaw and his daughters are going to harry them a little bit when they come through the mountains. So that's helpful. We think that'll slow them down even more.
With a safe estimate, being conservative, you probably have about a 10-day before the ally gets here eventually.
Well, it will give us time to handle things. To which point, the halfling will then speak up. It can't be that bad. Perhaps we can simply pay them off. These are hobgoblins, are they not? Do they not frequently want golden treasure?
These are zealots, worshippers of Tiamat.
They have the damn breastplate. We can show them that.
They're not looking to pillage. They're looking to burn everything in their path.
Oh, and feed you to dragons. That's on the map. You can see it there.
Yeah, they have no interest in bargaining. Their interest is to just take, burn, and pillage as they take everything.
This fight is coming to you. You don't get to choose it.
Another gentleman in there who you don't recognize. Very grim-featured gentleman. We can't let them take everything we've worked towards. Just because we lack the nerve to stand up to this hobgoblin rabble. You all are here. We can call for the Lions of Brindle. Call the Dark Laws. This is what they're designed to fight.
The Dark Claws are somewhat predisposed at the moment.
What is your combat strength? How many men do you have?
Serrano will then speak. It's not for me to say. I'll do whatever you ask me to, but I don't think we can stop an army of thousands.
And what's your combat potential against, say, dragons?
And she'll look to Winston, who will just shake his head.
You say save what you've, built up here. You should save your lives. That's invaluable. You can rebuild, but your lives are precious.
Yes, you have 2 weeks, or maybe a little less.
It's asking us a lot. It's asking you a lot to understand, but if you and your people can get out before the dragons or even the hobgoblins get it over here, then they'll meet nothing but emptiness. And at least you'll be far enough away to where you won't have to worry about it.
Yet.
Serrano will then speak. I've seen towns put to the sword before, sir. You don't want to be here when that happens. We must gather the things we can and flee east, and the sooner the better. And he'll just look down. I need all of you to make a group persuasion check, please.
I'm real bad at that.
I don't think I've ever rolled.
Oh my
persuasion.
god, at 14. I'm supposed to be good
Oh.
at these things.
Come on.
0.
Wow.
Absolute 0.
That's a 7 out of 1.
Okay.
I'd say two
Was I-
failures would definitely tank us.
Did I tie the damn cerulean roll? Oh boy.
I'm actually a little. I rolled a 6.
Rolled a straight 14 for a 14.
Winston seems to pause for a good moment. Come back in the morning. We will have your answer.
Very well.
After we leave, I'll sort of like address the group. Like, we do have one other recourse. Roman, I think you will like this. We could go get. Shit, what's his name? The gnome.
Oh god.
Beth, what's the gnome's name?
Sertarian.
We could go get Sertarian and repair the airship.
Do we even know it's an airship?
How
We
else would
was-
it get in the mountains?
We assume it, we don't know it.
I
They're
mean,
quite far from the ocean, and that is quite high in the mountains. So it is unlikely to be a ship.
isn't it really far north compared to where we were?
And it would take you days to go back up there.
And how long would it take to repair?
Who knows?
I've
Who
never
knows?
repaired
Who
an airship.
knows?
So maybe getting the airship might not be the best idea.
It's not a feasible idea, I think, is the problem.
I like where your head's at, though.
We do not know how damaged it is, and it would be an assistance in attacking dragons.
That's assuming that it's is an actual airship and not got there by some other magical means.
Also not assuming it has any kind of combat potential.
Mount some ballistae on it.
And where are we getting ballistae in this short amount of time as well?
Sure, the town has some.
Does the town have ballistae?
No.
The town has no ballistae.
But now the best course of action seems to be to have everyone pull back to the next settlement and see if the marshalling can be made there. I don't think there's a whole lot that can be done for Orchards River.
Fortunately.
What is our next plan then?
Well,
What
they
is
just
our
changed.
That's a tough one.
Aren't we still going to resupply and push to the mountains?
Well, we don't know exactly what to do once we get there. I know we're looking for it, but at the same time,
Why don't you all go to the inn?
Said that. Okay.
Well, I said I was going to address everyone after we left.
Okay. I will move you all to the tavern page.
Do I see the father around?
Father.
The clergyman that I had awkward
Oh,
conversations
he
with?
is not immediately around, no.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't write his name down, so I'm kind of just like, oh, I don't know his name.
I may need some financial assistance.
I can assist you with that.
I have 2 silver to my name.
What's in
What
the
it-
well?
You have all of the money we got from Vrath Keep in the party
There's so much party funds.
that we have not split up.
Excuse me.
Would you all like to sit in front of the fire?
We do also have to go collect our payment, so hopefully
That's
we can
true.
get that in the morning.
Did we take a long rest? We did, didn't we?
Yes,
Oh,
you've had a couple.
Okay. Oh, that's right, because it was a few days. That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry, just checking my resources.
What do you need money for, 23?
Living.
20...
For like a room?
I am very poor right now. I spent a lot of what?
I give him 20 gold.
I was about to
23,
say,
you look parched. You should get a pitcher of ale.
23, I'm just going to take 20 gold out of the party fund and just hand it to you.
I appreciate it.
Oh, here. Anyway, he'll still hand you 20 gold.
You are very generous. Perhaps they'll allow me to stay here now. Anyways, that is more than most people have, so that is fair.
That's why we have this here.
Oh my god, I just saw someone on the corner of the map.
What?
20
Oh, I see it.
Oh my god.
What?
Fucking shit. I see it too. And Beth knows we see it.
We should
Oh,
Do
murder her.
I make a... Do I need to see it, or do I just see it?
Funnily
It's
enough-
obvious.
Cerulean doesn't know who this person is, so everyone's like, what are you all looking at?
So, sitting at one of the corners of the table are two beautiful redheads. One of which looks a little more bosomed than the other, but they are having a conversation. And as you walk in and walk up to them, they will just turn their gazes towards you.
Roman,
I
what are they?
pop a squat and sit down next to Ruby.
It's history.
Tempest takes out his bow, doesn't do anything with it, but just takes it out.
It is good to see you again. How is following us?
I'm gonna let them have that chat. I'm gonna go to the bar.
Heading
Actually,
in the same direction. I don't know if that qualifies as following.
Well,
But I did get your note, and she'll look towards Renard.
He just gives what should be a friendly smile, but Reynard's not very good at friendly smiles.
It's as if a werewolf gives a friendly smile.
Well, you are following behind us, but you weren't playing nice, so you didn't ask. You just happened to be on the same trail. What was I supposed to believe?
Hard to tell. But I'll be sure to tell Damon to keep his mouth shut from now on.
who is your friend?
Making a lot of assumptions about Damon here.
Oh, forgive me. My friends, this is Miha Sarani. She is a traveler from the far north, from the ice-capped realms. She works as a mercenary. To which the very muscled jet lady will smile at all of you in a equally Renard-esque grin. And just, you've seen her before, yes.
yeah.
Hey,
She'll just nod,
This is the chick I nodded at.
and she nodded back.
I recall seeing you. You are quite, look to be quite strong.
I get around.
As
Excuse
do
me. I get around.
As do I.
And she just takes a really long gulp of her air. These friends of yours, Red? To which she'll nod. Sort of. I don't know. Are we friends?
Some more than others.
I'd say so.
Frenemies?
I mean, I have no bad blood with you. I don't
Nor
have
are
blood,
you.
but and your friend interests me quite a bit.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
If 23 could flex, he would.
Does 23 have a crush?
No, I don't think he can.
I don't either. That's why I'm confused.
I think
He's
this is how
starting
cyborgs are made.
And as
Renard will
Renard.
sit down.
Okay. So, what have you all been up to?
Well, busy. Fighting creatures that would love to raise this entire world to the ground, I imagine.
Given all these folk are talking about the hobgoblins, I can only assume you meant about them.
No, another species that is just as mean and twice as ugly.
Sarcasm doesn't do you much good, my friend.
Does me a great deal of good.
It doesn't suit you anyway. So
He just gives her a look like, really? That's the line you're going with?
to which Miha will then say, "What you do now, then?"
We are currently figuring that out.
How many goblin?
An
Thousands.
army.
Thousands.
Dragon, couple goblins,
Multiple dragons.
multiple dragons.
Well, if I were you, then I'd go try to get some more help.
I was thinking about heading down to Marcera, but that would take very long to get there. And who knows if they'd believe us or not.
But there's always
No.
the elves.
Elves, perhaps, yes. And the mayor also mentioned the Lord of Bristol, I believe, is what I heard.
Crimson Witch.
I heard Bristol. But Crimson Witch, regardless. They're heading east, and if any cities have a vested interest in supporting the defense of Orchard River, it's the ones that are going to be next on the chopping block.
I think if you're going to look for allies, you could find a way to get a great deal of gold. You might be able to purchase some help from the Hammerfist holds to the south. Or you could go to the Tiri Couture.
Gesundheit.
Tiri Couture, they're elves.
Are they the ones north of the bridge?
They're a remnant of the Tiri Elasar.
We may have destroyed a bridge.
Take the river.
I am quite good at swimming.
I'm sure, but I'm sure you could also convince the town leader to give you a boat.
Does the river flow north?
It does not, but it's a slow river. And you don't look like you tire easily. She'll wink.
Please
Yes,
stop
there-
flirting with me.
There was a double entendre in there. Sorry, much like Renard and sarcasm, flirting is just part of me.
Anyways.
This is an awkward conversation to watch.
Yup. Kiri, say it one more time, DM. Sorry, Kiri Nator.
Tiri Couture, I'll type it in there for you.
Dear.
Tempest is gonna go grab a drink. He needs a drink watching this. I'll just be like, how are you boys doing?
Oh, how goes the meet and greet?
Don't ask. 23 is kind of flirting with someone, and she's kind of flirting back, and it's weird.
So
No.
who's the other one? I recognize one. I don't recognize the other.
Apparently, some mercenary woman. Very strong.
I was talking about the shorter one.
Oh, that one.
Hmm.
You know, I was always told you can't say something nice about someone.
I actually don't know quite a bit. I just know that she's not quite a huge fan of you, Tempest. And
I'm aware. It's like I stole her vial of blood thing, and she got really mad about that.
You
Vial
stole
of
what?
blood?
Yeah, you see, I didn't know her very well. We were being attacked by dryads. I stole some blood.
Why would she have a vial of blood?
Wouldn't you know that? You're Meiji.
Answer the question.
This is out of character, because Tempest doesn't really get it. I thought you knew.
Well, I mean, would I? I mean, I would obviously know, right?
You're
Like,
not
vial of-
conservatory.
Oh.
Oh, I thought it was.
Okay, I'd be like, something about they can use it to track her. I don't really get it, but I stole it. I gave it back to her, though. She was never very thankful about that.
Yeah, I guess I must have been somewhere else that whole time. I don't remember hearing anything about blood or.
I think you
Stealing
were... You were like stabbing wolves. I snuck into her house.
Oh. Well, thanks for the help then.
No, I shot things on the way in. You know me.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be a theme with at least one major battle. Somebody is off fucking around somewhere.
I actually fought in that battle.
No one was
Wait.
last time.
Also, did you say I'm not from Conservatory or Tempest?
Tempest isn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I was saying I thought he knew.
No, I
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
if you're a Marcera native and you affiliate with the conservatory, then yeah, you know that they
Okay.
take blood from any registered mage.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I knew that out of character. I was making anyway.
Yeah, we were
Uh,
checking out of character. If like he's
Oh.
asking, and I'm like, oh, I
Yeah,
I
no.
stole some blood.
Yeah, no, anyway.
So yeah, I'll mention that to you. Be like, I stole some blood.
a vial of blood.
Oh yeah, apparently they can track her with it or something.
How did she get it?
I stole it. It was in a chest.
No. How did she get it?
Oh, I don't know. Well, she has friends.
Wouldn't that make her a criminal? Technically.
Yeah.
To be fair, half of the people here are criminals.
Well, it's one thing to not register yourself with the conservatory, but it's another thing to steal from them. That's not easy at all.
I don't know. I just I don't deal with it. Can I get a drink? I'm like really tired of whatever
There's
happened the other day.
already a beer in front of you.
Oh, thank God. You are
I'm
a
drinking.
beautiful woman.
I'm drinking water.
So, Renard. As Ruby kind of leans back, you seem to be one of the 2 people in this entire group who have at least 5 functioning brain cells between them. Perhaps you can explain what's going on?
Is it not obvious from what we've already explained? Hobgoblins are marshalling an army and marching east.
An army? Guess I need to go to Crimson Witch then.
Yes, well, Crimson Witch does seem to be one of the places that has been negatively affected.
I have a few friends there. Maybe I'll be able to call in some help.
Well, time is kind of the immediate necessity, and we can't be going off in 3 different directions at once.
No, I think you all and your friends need to decide where you're going to go next.
Well, honestly, I think we're the only ones capable of possibly getting north.
Yes, I believe that cutting off the head of the snake would serve us better than serving as errand boys.
It would also benefit the elves to know that the bridge is out and that there's an army there, which I'm sure they already know about the army.
This actually brings me back to something we found way back when we fought with the Copper Kings.
What is that?
We found notes back there. The story about the town called Wayston and the Arboretum, not of great importance, but there was mention of the wellspring. And also, I have something in my notes here, and he'll flip through his book. Something about a man or a woman or a person named Valakin helping elves in the Adanian Vale. In everything I've read about the Vales and the elves in the Adanian Vale, everything keeps pointing us back in this direction.
Interesting.
It's Valakin. If they're helping the elves and they're having trouble with the hobgoblins, this might be an individual we want to meet. If the Tiricator are these melves and the points of interest, then this may serve a solution to a great many problems.
Well, I think we just decided our next course of action then. We're not.
If that's what the group wants. At the very least, we have 2 votes.
Well, would it not be better served to head into the mountains?
I feel like the mountains are more of a gamble, where at least with the elves we have we know we have a purpose there. At least to either save them or get reinforcements.
It seems with the directions on the map that the armies would not be going north, but in fact south. I very much doubt the elves are in any real danger, as of this moment at least.
There's one crippling issue with us marching west into the mountains, and that is, depending on how long we spend there looking into it, the army may be marching towards us. If we march west, we are cutting the time we have until they reach us down significantly.
What if we march north and then west?
Then, well,
We would be moving in a counterclockwise circle with the army.
Also, if we took the boat, it would save us quite a bit of time, I imagine, as well.
Yes, we could take the boat north and then forge on from the other side of the river towards the mountains.
this weave of magic that is showing the ley lines stretching off towards the mountains, it seems significant, I won't deny that, but I don't think it's pointing us in a direction. I just think it's, if we get this idea that it's everything being drawn towards something and I'm wrong, it's more like somebody squeezing a sponge and the magic is flowing from the opposite direction, then we're heading the wrong way towards the enemy when we should be heading away, making friends.
I was more thinking just from a practical perspective that we know from a location marked on the map where the hobgoblins are marshaling, it is likely that we will find at least one of their high-ranking commanding members there. Removing another head of the snake would not be a bad thing to do. We know for a fact that they have some sort of encampment there.
That's
An encampment that will be very lightly defended if the army marches.
That's more of an assassination mission at that point, and I don't think anyone in our group, besides possibly Roman, is capable of pulling off such a feat.
This is also an individual that, if what we've learned is true, then their entire army force is there. Even with the 5 of us planning as tactically as possible, I doubt that would go very well for us.
Well, consider, though, that army will be moving. By the time that we arrive where the location is marked on the map, it is unlikely they will still be there.
And in which
It would
case it
likely be a
is complete.
skeleton crew and maybe a general or two, controlling from behind.
My vote is still for fighting the elves.
I think making friends at this point would be better for Orchards River. If we move off now and don't help them make allies, then if we're wrong, then what does it cost? All those people their lives.
So what is your vote for? The elves or for Crimson Witch?
My vote is for the elves.
Roger.
I just said Roger. Oh my gosh.
Roger.
Roger.
23 is slowly becoming an actual clinker.
Who is this Roger person?
Oh, Jesus.
Is that one of Kevin's friends?
Anyways, we've, I guess, divulged our business. Would you two happen to share yours by chance, just for the sake of conversation?
Yes, if you weren't following us, Ruby, what brings you up to the Adanian Vale?
You sense it, don't you? Same as I do. There's something powerful. The wellspring. I'm sure every wizard within 1,000 miles has sensed it.
Yes. It wasn't like this a few days ago, but...
That is one other reason we may want to consider heading into the mountains. If we tarry, we may not be the first ones to reach it. And it would not be good if we do not end up with that in our possession.
Kevin, I don't even know what we would do with it right now.
Protect it from others who may try to seize it.
And do you think we could fight off every mage within 1,000 miles?
We could deactivate it.
If we could know how. I feel like there's still research to be done.
Destroy it.
I
If
wouldn't
you could
even
find
know
a
where
way.
to start with destroying something like that.
You'd be destroying 1,000 years worth of magic and access to spells that are rumored to be above and beyond the Ninth Circle, but you'd make a lot of organizations very happy and unhappy.
I've always been a big fan of throwing things into volcanoes. I feel like that's a pretty good solution to destroying things.
Have you done a lot of that, 23?
I mean, I haven't not.
That's an actual snicker from Reynard right there. They got him.
Got him.
Keep that in mind.
You haven't
It was
seen
a
me
long
do it,
time
but you
ago.
haven't not seen me do it either. It's like I'm not saying I'm not Batman, but nobody's ever seen me in the same room as him.
The world was ending. It was a different time.
Every time Renard goes to sleep, 23 starts hurling his shit into volcanoes.
I love that mental image.
Picks up all his dirty laundry and just drops it in a volcano.
This is why I have trust issues with you guys.
Because of volcanoes?
Because you guys say shit like this. Even if it's not true, it's just like the thought in his head. It's like,
He's like, I can fucking see it. I can see it.
And what about your friend? The strong one. What brings you here?
I escort the caravan.
From?
Place to place.
You are quite the talker, aren't you?
No. I am the white hitter.
Would you care to take a challenge then?
Sure. What is challenge?
Oh. A contest of strength? A duel?
If you insist, what is this challenge you would have do?
I'm debating if I want to do an arm wrestle or just straight up break out the swords and start going to town.
She has a battle axe.
She's a battle axe.
Bottle flipping.
Does she have a frosty battle axe? I don't think she does.
I'm interested to see your full prowess with your weapons.
No.
Well, that's no fun.
When I fight, I aim to kill. I do not
Alright.
want others knowing what I can do.
All right. How about an arm wrestle?
This. And she'll just put one overly thick, muscled hand on the floor, on the table.
23 is gonna like put his elbow down, and then it's like like a steam machine that's stopping.
Bernard takes
Good.
one look, sits up and says, I'm going to go get drinks.
Can't
Yeah.
think of better or not.
Yep, I'm gonna go do that too.
Yes, Cerulean's stood up and walked towards the fireplace, by the way.
Ruby will just like hop over 23. Doing. Almost like puts her hand on his head and vaults over him. I'm not equipped for that conversation.
I'm not equipped for the damage that's about to happen to that table.
All right. She'll put her hand down. You put her hand there.
Yeah,
Begin. Make an
I'm
athletics
gonna-
check.
I'm gonna rage.
So is she.
So do you just want to roll just
Straight averages,
Straight roll, yeah. Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, you should have took the advantage rolls.
Oh!
Dude, you slam her twice over.
You put her hand down and she looks really, really shocked as, oh, you are impressively strong. And she'll push back. Make another athletics check. Crunch. And she looks genuinely shocked.
I was forged for this.
She rolled a natural 19 on that shit.
If you had the penis, I would bang.
I don't know what you mean.
I am one. I like it. You are a strong thing, even if you are fake.
I have a soul, don't worry.
So, I think that's a good part to end for the night. I hope
Pretty
you
good.
all had an absolutely wonderful show this evening, or if you're watching us on YouTube, hi people in the future. Please don't forget to watch our other casts. We have a great many shows. Cult Divinity Lost plays frequently throughout the week. Lake's Curse of Strahd plays on late Saturday evenings, where you can watch him beat the ever-living crap out of me. Again, and again, and again. The game where nothing goes right, despite how hard I try to make it right.
It's because you throw dragons at him.
I didn't throw any dragons at him
Oh, right.
yet. Then, yeah, I think that's about it. I hope you guys have a wonderful Halloween. I look forward to seeing you all next week. If you enjoyed this conversation, or the show, and you want to maybe get in on it, look down below. Give us a like, click, and subscribe. Check us down in the doodly-doo. Go find us on Discord. Maybe we'll get you into a game one day. Who knows? But with that, I bid you all a good night.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.